There's sunny skies. And really, as we go through the weekend, we're expecting a pretty nice weekend with sunny skies on Saturday and a high near 86.
Jason Puma at the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says partly cloudy skies are possible next Sunday, but it should be your coolest day of the weekend with highs in the lower 80s. A shooting happened yesterday morning at the grounds on Central Avenue near 22nd Street in Indianapolis. Jade Eilers told Wish TV that some residents have been using their units for short-term rentals, which is not allowed.
It's not going to be an isolated incident because something like this can happen again when we're not vetting the people who are in our building where we live, and it's our home.
The Marion County Coroner's Office identified the boy as Xavion Whitlow, and police are looking into this. Jarrett Lewis reports on a killing in Dearborn County involving exes.
33-year-old Brent Wellman of Seymour is facing multiple charges in the fatal shooting of Dennis Adams Jr. of Erlanger, Kentucky. The victim was Wellman's ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend. The Dearborn County Prosecutor's Office says Wellman waited for Adams to leave his house early one morning before he tried to kill him. Police received a 911 call of shots being fired and a bloodied man at his vehicle. Wellman had shot Adams, put him in his own car before driving off away from police and crashing down the road. Officers found Adams dead in a wooded area. He had been shot in the upper back and shoulder. Wellman is charged with murder, resisting law enforcement, and felony firearm enhancement. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Gas prices across the state have gone up by over 6 cents per gallon over the past week. Average price for gas today is $3.19 a gallon, says AAA. And the Indiana Fever beat the Connecticut Sun 99-93 yesterday. Kelsey Mitchell led with 38 points. 34 of those points came in the second half. The Fever snapped their two-game losing streak, and they face the Minnesota Lynx at home Friday night, tip-off at 7:30. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:04.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling will pay you cash for your scrap metal. Ray's Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling may seem familiar to you, and that's because they are. They're trusted local family-owned businesses going back 3 generations in Indy with their familiar orange logo and a name you know. But you may not know they'll pay you cash for your scrap metal. Cash is king. Your scrap aluminum, steel, copper, and brass will get you cash from Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Just drop it off or schedule a pickup, and you'll put cash in your pocket. Ray's Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Local names you can trust with 2 locations.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Get cash for your scrap. Get started at farnsworthmetals.com.
And now you've got WIBC traffic. Matt Bear, what's happening?
There it is. Southbound 6570 stop-and-go traffic from St. Clair Street down to the South Split End. That is delayed 3 minutes. Then northbound 65 south side, that slows up from Raymond Street up to the South Split because of construction. Now, southbound 65, that stop-and-go traffic, Whitestown Parkway down to 86. Northbound lanes loaded up after 71st to 86. And on the north side, westbound 465 slows from Meridian over to Ditch. Crash 46 at Benford, crash 38th at Emerson. Traffic sponsored by Payday, packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel. Payday is one hardworking candy bar, so grab one now to power you through the day. Payday Peanut Caramel Bar, get to it. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Mostly clear skies tonight, mild and muggy. Lows will fall to 71. Partly cloudy on Tuesday, some scattered showers and thunderstorms possible. Still going to be very humid with highs near 90. And some more storms possible on Wednesday with highs near 83. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Do you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
If everything works out well today, we'll have a trilat, and I think there will be a reasonable chance of ending the war when we do that.
My name's Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. Trump and Zelensky from Ukraine meeting at the White House today. More on that in just a moment. When he said trilateral, he meant trilateral communications between him and Putin and Trump. More on that in just a second. Hammer, we had Indiana Nazis.
I hate Indiana Nazis.
This past weekend. I've seen footage of this. I can't even believe. I guess, I mean, it's newsworthy, right? I mean, when you have a bunch of And when I say bunch, I mean like a dozen hate-mongering Nazis marching through downtown.
Right. And they certainly didn't have a crowd with them. It wasn't like all the Aryan nation decided to descend on downtown. It's almost like these slapnuts decided to go down there last minute, walk around, spew their nonsense, and that was kind of it.
I'm assuming we could all see their faces, right? We know we know who these people are. We can expose them. We can.
Oh, Nige, you and your drugs. No, they had the masks on.
Oh, the masks. Yeah.
And listen, I've told people the same thing for years, and I think it applies here. I don't care who you are. If you're Indiana Nazis, if you're BLM, if you're Antifa, if you have to protest wearing a mask, go to hell. I think that's pretty much a blanket statement. If you have to cover your face,
you're a wimp.
UP sitting down. If you've got to cover your face to go out in public to spew whatever message you have, whether you're marching up Meridian Street to the governor's mansion for BLM, or you're the Indiana Nazis walking around downtown, if you have to cover up your face, do everyone a favor, take a hot fork and jam it in your anus.
It's just that's painful.
You really got to heat the fork up for the full effect.
It's just random, isn't it? I mean, it's just like I don't even know what this is, and apparently. You know, we've talked to the chief. We've talked to we've heard from the Chief Bailey. We've heard of the FOP, and it's basically them just saying, "Look, they have the right to protest. We hate what they are about. We don't like. We don't endorse, but we have to. You know, we all afford them the same protections we afford other protests and demonstrations."
Right.
Right.
Now, do they always put these statements out whenever there's massed people protesting downtown? Like, I'm legitimately curious. And we're going to have the chief of police on this program coming up here in just a little bit. And maybe I'll ask him. But do they always put these statements out saying, we condemn these people, but they got the right to do it? Like, did we hear that when, like, the riots were taking place?
Or pro-Hamas demonstrations were taking place?
Right. Did we hear any of that then?
I don't think so.
I'm legitimately curious because it wasn't a big number. Now, granted, one is too many, but it was like 8 to 12 people just kind of walking around in a circle. It looked like they were lost. Like they had no idea where they were going.
I think people want to make sure that, and they were just trying to cover their own butts too, saying, hey, listen, we're aware of these people. We know what's going on. We're going to protect people. And that's, I believe that was kind of maybe the messaging they were trying to convey.
I would have absolutely loved it if somebody would have had like the Bluesmobile from the Blues Brothers and like came up on them and they jumped into the canal or the White River. Indiana Nazis. I hate Indiana Nazis. If you've seen the Blues Brothers, you get the reference. You get the reference. It's a big day in D.C., Nige. We got Zelensky meeting with Donald Trump, and then because they felt like they were the third wheel of the last meeting, the EU leaders, Macron, and all of his good time party pals, they're there too.
Okay.
Talking about ways to come up with an end of this war. And let's be honest, the European Union folks, it doesn't matter if you're here or not. This really comes down to Trump, Zelensky, and Putin. That's the triangle here, the trilat, as you heard Trump allude to a little bit earlier. It's almost like Macron and all these other leaders, they just want to show we're important too. Invite us. We'll wear a suit. We'll get a meal. That's the way that I feel with this crap.
Well, here's the thing with Zelensky and Donald Trump. If you watched them sit in the Oval Office like they did a couple of months ago, I think it was in April, that was just a disaster. Where Zelensky comes to the Oval Office and starts demanding things. We need this, we need that. You need to, and like J.D. Vance, the vice president, and Donald Trump are looking at each other like, well, who is this? What is this guy talking about? Zelensky was very, very humble this time around, saying thank you several times.
Had a suit on today.
Yes, he had a suit. He had a nice a black suit on today. very subdued, very humble, docile, and very just kind of glad to be there, because I think he hopefully sees that Donald Trump is trying to work something out. I don't think, honestly, my opinion, just 30,000 foot, I don't think this is going to accomplish anything. I think this war is going to go on for years.
Okay.
I really do. I heard an interesting theory from Francis Martel, world editor at Breitbart, that says, look, Vlad Putin doesn't have any problem putting these Russian men, most of whom are dissenters that don't like the Russian government, that want to overthrow the Russian government. He doesn't have a problem with putting them, conscripting them into uniforms and throwing them into the meat grinder.
Right.
That's just one theory. And that really kind of made sense to me. I don't know if that's truth or not. I don't know. I mean, but that's just one theory.
And maybe we're looking way too much into this. Maybe we're overthinking this. Mm-hmm. Maybe Donald Trump can sit there and look at Zelensky and go, we're not paying for this anymore. Because that message would resonate. Wow. Because we've continued to pay for it with the hopes that maybe, just maybe, they could figure something out. But right now, I feel like Donald Trump's like, I've got so much stuff going on in America. I'm dealing with mail-in ballots, and we'll get into that later on. I'm dealing with crime in D.C. I just don't have time to fund a war that we're not a part of anymore.
But the thing is, we're not funding it anymore. And that's one of the things that Donald Trump made clear to one of the reporters that was asking about it, is like, yeah, we are manufacturing weapons. We are selling them to NATO, and then NATO can do whatever they want with them. So we're making money off this, but we are not giving away money. We are not giving away weapons anymore.
Right.
Trump's done with that. Again, there's a difference, right? We've got the best military operation in the world. We've got the best military manufacturers in the world. We're selling our wares and goods, to NATO. And then NATO can do whatever they want with it.
We're the middleman, right? We're basically acting as the middleman, but I think we all know this middleman, being the United States, carries substantial weight. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens. But I'm very excited that right now, joining us on the hotline to give us a little more insight into what's happening with this come to Jesus meeting between Zelensky, the European Union, and the United States. On the hotline, AI President Trump.
Hammer and Nigel, good to be back on. It's a big day today. I have that little runt Zelensky here at the White House. When he arrived, I made him change clothes as he looked like Nigel on a fishing trip. And then we had a lunch at McDonald's. I had 3 Big Macs and a Diet Coke. He had a Happy Meal. What was really embarrassing is when I had to get him a booster seat. Oh. Anyway, I hope you have a great show. Tell producer Allison that I have a bedroom for her at Mar-a-Lago anytime she wants. If she accepts the offer, tell her to wear that all-white tank top I bought her for Christmas.
Will do.
And Hammer and Nigel. Oh, do everyone a favor and never twerk again on the YouTube camera.
Okay.
I'd rather watch the Colts quarterback competition than you two fat bastards dancing on camera.
Oh, come
AI Trump out.
That's AI President Trump joining us exclusively here on the Hammer and Nigel show. Speaking of big nights, how about downtown tonight, Nige? The band Bush is in concert.
We've got Bush.
Bush is in concert.
Loud guys. Man, I remember seeing them, I think, open up for Kiss. I went with Ace Cosby back in the Market Square Arena days, and they were loud.
Gavin Rossdale, is he still the front man?
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, so, Allison, how many songs from Bush are you privy to? Do you know a lot of songs from Gavin Rossdale and the gang?
I didn't even know this was a band till today.
Okay, so
Alice,
it's true. I had no idea.
She'll recognize some of these songs.
All right,
but
it's very possible.
I don't. It's under. Don't even tell me the under, but it's under.
Okay. Well, I set the total at 4.5.
Under.
7-song Bush montage. Allison, you simply tell us based on the honor system if you've heard of the song. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Serene, there's one.
Dad Rock is starting to sound the same to me.
No. That's a no.
Maybe.
Look at her face. Look at her face. That's a
She
no.
doesn't know what this is.
Look, guys, this literally all sounds the same to me, and I'm not being mean.
I'm sorry, your excuses are drowning out the music. Can we hear the rest of the montage, Allison? Have you listened to radio in your life?
Like your mouth.
One song.
Maybe one.
One damn song.
She's not even sure on the first
Well,
one.
the thing is, a couple of those I'm like, well, those sound familiar, but then I'm like, is it the same as
I
like...
mean, in fairness, all those songs were from the late 90s, mid and late 90s.
But we've given her Beastie Boys.
16 Stone came out in 94, for God's sake.
She dominated Leonard Skinner the other day.
She did.
I did, but...
So I don't think the years are a problem. I just think she mailed it in there. I really think Allison just kind of completely mailed it in.
I have no words.
I don't either.
It all
It's
just
okay,
kind of sounded
Allison.
the same to me. It sounded good. I would listen to it
I just
again.
got a text from AI Trump. He has rescinded the Mar-a-Lago
That is
offer.
fine. I never got the tank top anyway, so...
Matt Bear.
Northwest side, northbound 65, stop and go traffic 465 past 71st. Southbound 6570 downtown, it is slow from Michigan Street down to the South Split because of construction. And checking out West Street right now, jammed in both the northbound, southbound lanes. Right around New York Street and a little north and south of that. Keep that in mind as you head for west in those ramps to I-70 and 65. Northbound 65 south side stop and go Raymond into the South Split. That's construction. Traffic sponsored by Payday, packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel. Payday is one hardworking candy bar, so grab one now to power you through the day. Payday Peanut Caramel Bar. Get to it. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Cloudy skies, 88 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. All right, so after Allison's disappointing run through the Bush songs montage,
I'll admit it.
I don't blame her.
there's only one thing that can pick up the mood of this room. Bacon.
Oh.
We are
Oh,
talking the 12th annual Indiana Bacon Festival next.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 today.
You may not have known that Zillow is ranking Indianapolis number 2 among 2025's hottest markets. So that means home values have risen and are holding strong, and now is a great time to sell. Hire the team with the proven systems to maximize your equity. Sell your home with the expert Mark Dietl. That's what Luke and Emma in Franklin did. With multiple offers in the first weekend, they closed in 25 days at the price they wanted.
Mark Dietl is the only real estate expert that we trust and recommend on our show because of the guarantee. Mark Dietl guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. You pick the move date, no long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Call Mark Dietl today. 317-755-4232 or go to markdietl.com. That's Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietl.com.
The kids are heading back to school, and let's be honest, you're finally getting the house to yourself again, which makes now the perfect time to take care of that roof, siding, or gutters you've been putting off. And Moss Roofing is here to help. Moss Roofing has been helping Central Indiana homeowners for 34 years. They're family-owned, locally rooted, and known for doing things right every shingle time. Free inspections, honest advice, and top-quality work on roofing, siding, gutters, and windows. They treat your home like it's their own, and they clean up like they were never there. That's why they've got great reviews and a loyal following of happy homeowners. So don't put it off any longer. Let Moss Roofing check your roof, your siding, and your gutters to make sure they're ready for the winter ahead. For your free inspection, call 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665, or online at Moss, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com.
Attention, Indiana homeowners. Are you tired of avoiding your wet basement? Hi, I'm Mike Smith with Swain Co. Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts. Imagine all the possibilities of a guaranteed dry basement. a cozy new family room, a home gym, or even a new office. And with no interest, no payment financing, you don't have to break the bank to do it. Make the most of your basement today. Call Swanco 317-407-1868 or swancollc.com.
Everyone knows that PA Jewelers in Brownsburg is the place to get one-of-a-kind jewelry pieces. Diamonds, gold, gemstones, watches, everything. But PA Jewelers at the farmhouse is also the place to sell your jewelry, your watches, your coins, or bullion. PA Jewelers has the best prices and the best payouts. And they walk you through the process so you know what your pieces are worth and what you're getting. PA Jewelers at the farmhouse, 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg, or online at pajewelers.jewelry. That's pajewelers.jewelry.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Your home is your sanctuary. Get the peace of mind you deserve with a free estimate on a Generac automatic standby generator for your home from Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. With expert installation and 24-hour monitoring, Generator Supercenter won't leave you in the dark. Financing is available. Take control of your power today with Generator Supercenter. Call 317-827-0808. Generator Supercenter of Indianapolis, 317-827-0808.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel, designers of fine custom jewelry.
The Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hello, my name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special in-studio guest.
Madison Kaufman is here. She is with the 12th annual Indiana Bacon Festival. And Madison, I've never been so happy to see someone in my life. When I got the email that said, your guest with the bacon has arrived, you should have seen my eyes light up, Madison.
I can imagine. Oh, bacon. I mean, who doesn't like bacon?
Right. So when and where is the Bacon Festival?
The Bacon Festival is this Saturday, August 23rd in downtown Delphi, so around the Courthouse Square.
Okay, now this has been going on for a long time. This isn't like anything new, right?
That is correct. This is the 12th annual event, so it's been going on. Yeah.
So it's an institution now.
Right at this moment, yeah.
And this is from Indiana providers, or how does this work?
Yeah, so bacon to the food product is from Indiana Kitchen Premium Pork, so Indiana Packers, who is our presenting sponsor. So have that, and then we have a lot of local Delphi vendors, but we also have some that are from all around Indiana that are able to be vendors. We have 19 food vendors this year.
Nice.
And they have to have at least one item that has food bacon with it. So.
And it's not just Saturday. Of course, I mean, the main theme is bacon, but there's music. There's
music, there's beer garden, there's a kid zone, there's a barbecue cook-off. So much going on.
So I can just drop the kids off at the kids zone and then go eat bacon and drink beer and listen to music all day?
Yep. If you get them a wristband, a $10 wristband, they can play all the games they want.
The music I'm seeing here is you've got Majesty, a tribute to Queen, and the music of ABBA, performed by SOS from Sweden. So some fun, like, party-like cover bands.
Those are our co-headliners. We have 4 bands throughout the day. So the first band will go on at 3 o'clock, and that's BK Rewind. So it's a couple from Carroll County that's doing that. And then the second band on here is going to be My Best Friend's Girl, which is a Cars cover band.
Oh,
so
excellent.
It's a night of hits.
I've never heard of a Cars cover band. That is awesome.
I'm surprised I never booked them at the casino when I was booking bands back then.
Yeah, so it's definitely a night of hits. People are going to be dancing, singing along. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Now, you're wearing, quite frankly, one of the best shirts I could ever imagine for a bacon festival.
Yes.
What's the shirt say?
The shirt says, Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
That's our slogan this year, Praise the Lord.
Stand up if you can. Let our YouTube crowd see this beautiful shirt here, right here, straight direct. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Indiana Bacon logo on it.
Yes.
how are ticket sales going? I know the heat has been like relentless, but I think you're going to catch a break this week.
I'm hoping so. Tickets are still available. I mean, we always would like more, and so they're available, but I am hoping this heat might have made some people wait a little bit, but it's not too late. We still have our discounted rate until 11:59 p.m. on the 20th, and then prices will go up a little bit. So
talking about what's the bacon eating contest and how can you get involved? The bacon eating contest
is another thing. Oh yeah, so unfortunately all the spots are filled already. We have 9 spots, but our participants can pay to be part of it, and they have to eat 25 pieces of bacon the fastest.
The fastest. Okay.
So that's a lot of bacon. And so it's Indiana Kitchen bacon. And if there's a tie, there's an eat off, so even more bacon involved. I mean, of course.
Sure.
And then the person who wins, they get a crown, and they're named the bacon.
And then you hit the backyard barbecue cook-off too.
Yep.
There's not only bacon, but some barbecue involved.
Yeah, so they do. Our teams, the meat also is provided by Indiana Packers as well, and they provide the meats, and there's different categories that they can be a part of, and then different contests. So it's a lot of different things. And a fun thing that's been added a couple years ago is there's a mystery box. So they don't know what other item they're getting.
I bet bacon's in it.
Possibly.
You think?
I mean,
I'm just going to guess.
But no, sometimes I want to say one year we might have done alligator or something, but don't quote me on that. It's something kind of like the show Chopped.
Madison, I see you have a box over there. Can we start passing that around before we end this segment here?
There's bacon in here.
See, I told you. I told you.
Oh, yes, it is the mystery box. I was going to say.
On the YouTube chat, Libertarian Dragon, praise the Lord and pass the bacon.
$10 cash. Advanced tickets can be purchased at the First Financial Bank in Delphi, $12 online, and then $20 at the gate.
Yeah. And then prices do go up a little bit, but so it does save to go ahead of time.
Oh, man, this is so good. This is so good. One more time, as I got a mouthful of bacon here, where can we go to buy tickets? Because this is awesome.
You can go to www.indianabaconfestival.com. You can get that online. Or like Nigel said, you can go to First Financial Bank in Delphi and pay with cash for a little bit more of a discount.
$10.
Oh, that's
$10
awesome.
There.
This is so worth it. Madison, best of luck this weekend. I hope you guys have a great
Big
crowd.
supporters of Bacon Fest.
Big supporters of this, and have fun.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me on.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Warm air will still take over the state tomorrow. Right now, cloudy showers in the vicinity and 86 degrees on Monument Circle. I'm Jake McDaniel, and this report is brought to you by Moss Roofing. Here's what's trending at 3:31. Jason Puma is a meteorologist with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis.
We'll have high temperatures right around 90 degrees, along with chances for showers and thunderstorms, particularly during the morning hours.
That's for tomorrow's forecast. And then he says Wednesday will start to change things up with less humidity and cooler air. Sunny skies are likely most of this coming weekend as well. President Trump says his talks to end the Ukraine-Russia war are off to a very successful start. He first met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, and both said it was a very good conversation. They are now meeting with U.S. European allies and the head of NATO. Trump has also spoken with Russian President Vladimir Putin and says any deal would involve a U.S. security guarantee for Ukraine. He believes a three-way meeting could happen soon. And 30 members of the violent Venezuelan gang have been indicted in Colorado. Here's Fox's Jessica Rosenthal.
At a press conference, multiple members of law enforcement noted that last year, some people did want to talk about Tren de Aragua. Now, 30 members of the gang have been named in 2 separate indictments on firearms and drug trafficking charges.
And a barbaric murder for hire plot in which several of the defendants agreed to kill 2 people
for $15,000 and return their severed heads as proof of the murders for just an extra $5,000.
U.S. Attorney Peter McNeely added,
one of the people who offered to commit murders in this case bragged to the undercover officers that the people he would use to commit those murders were the very same people that we had seen committing crimes on the news in these apartment complexes in Aurora.
24 members are under arrest here in the U.S. and 2 are in custody in Colombia. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
And you're paying an average of $3.19 a gallon of gas today, says Gas Buddy. That's up 6 cents from the national average and from last week. Same price as how it was last month. And the cheapest gas is in Evansville at $2.69. News time, 3:33. Your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Premier Deck Coating, the ultimate deck protection. Who are they? Well, they're a sister company of Rhino Shield, and Premier Deck Coating is the product you need if you're tired of applying the same old stain and paint every couple of years to your deck. It's Terry, Stacy, and David and I have a deck that's probably 25 years old. The countless hours and the money that we spend on maintaining that deck never ends. And then we heard about Premier Deck Coating. Family owned, based right here in Indy, and they are going to completely transform our deck with their special formulated product, which repels moisture, scratch resistant in virtually any color that we want, and backed by a 10-year guarantee. No more spending time staining or painting every year. Premier Deck Coating will keep our deck looking great for years to come. Premier Deck Coating can also do fences and pergolas too. For a free quote, call 317-696-4071 or visit premierdeckcoating.com.
With WIBC traffic now, here's Matt Bear.
All right, Jake, looking at the northwest side, northbound 65 is jammed up from 465 up to 71st. And Hendricks County eastbound 70, pockets of slow traffic around Hazelwood and against State Road 39 for about a half a mile. Now, that's cooled off a little bit. We do have some separation in those delays, which is a good start. Inbound 69, stop-and-go traffic from 106th Street to 82nd. And downtown southbound 65 at 70, stop-and-go from the north split down to the south split. Eastbound 70 slows at Harding into the south split. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off, plus a free patio door. Trust a local, trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Mostly clear skies tonight, mild and muggy. Lows will fall to 71. Partly cloudy on Tuesday, some scattered showers and thunderstorms possible. Still going to be very humid with highs near 90. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Lynn just loves the summer in Indy, but she's not going to spend it painting. She called Rhino Shield.
It is a single-wide manufactured home. We moved from our home, which we had the Rhino Shield on. Rhino Shield was what we were going to do. That was no question. We knew we were going to do it.
Rhino Shield's a ceramic coating. It's not paint, it's better.
The Rhino Shield representative came, and we discussed what we wanted done. And this time, we had the roof done as well.
Now you can have the 25-year guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 10% off the regular price.
Even the people that have been a little younger than us have said they don't have to worry about getting just an everyday painter because Rhino Shield has the 25-year warranty, and we truly believe in this product.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino!
Never paint your house again.
Rhino Shield.
Community Health Network cares for your heart health. From heart scans and vascular screenings to complex heart procedures, you can count on our expert team for the highest quality cardiovascular care, when and where you need it. Your path to a healthy heart starts with knowing your risk. Schedule a heart scan or vascular screening today. Visit ecommunity.com/heart. Community Health Network. Exceptional care. Simply delivered.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is zero and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extra help. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The only way to bag a classy lady is to give her 2 tickets to the gun show.
It's Monday Gunday with the gun guy.
Just watch out for the guns. They'll get you.
Guy Wilford.
Stop calling your arms guns.
Hammer and Nigel show.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is here, also joining us live in studio. The Gun Guy, Guy Relford, host of the Gun Guy Show, Saturdays on 93 WIBC, licensed firearms instructor, 2A attorney. Guy, how are you?
Now, great, and thanks as always to our sponsor for Monday Gunday. That's Premier Arms in Brownsburg, with the largest selection of new, used, and historic firearms in the Midwest, and PA Jewelers located in the farmhouse right out front. Check them out at 3754 South Green Street in Brownsburg or premierarms.com.
All right, we'll start off with sort of a tough one. This has kind of been ongoing after the shooting last week at Fort Stewart. Trump is being asked, and we could maybe reset that as well if you would, but Trump's being asked to live up to a promise that he made as a candidate in 2015 and his first term in 2018.
Yeah.
What happened and what were those promises?
I remember when this came up originally, first with candidate Trump, but yeah, we had another shooting at a military base just last week at Fort Stewart, which I believe is in Georgia, and 5 people hurt, no one killed, thank goodness. But a soldier went on a mass shooting and injured several people. And it brings to mind a discussion that's been ongoing over the years, which is that it seems a bit ironic, but our military bases, other than sentries and MPs to some degree, are essentially gun-free zones. If you're on a military base, you live on the military base. If you're not involved in training exercise, there are some exceptions for private residences, but for the most part, on military bases, unless you're engaged in a security detail, you are unarmed. And so we've had multiple shootings now. Fort Hood, we had 2 shootings, if you remember that one. That got a lot of notoriety because I believe 13 soldiers were killed by a radicalized Muslim psychiatrist, actually on base. Killed a number of people, and the Obama administration labeled that workplace violence as opposed to terrorism, if you remember that story. But there were 2 different shootings at Fort Hood. We had a shooting at a recruiting station in Chattanooga, and the naval shipyards in Washington, D.C. And we've had just a whole bunch of them over the years. And it raises the question of, should we allow some form of carrying or possession of private firearms at a military base by our military personnel? And to your point, Nigel, in 2015, candidate Trump at the time came out and said, you know what, if I'm president, we'll end this gun-free zone policy for military bases and allow...
Which a lot of people probably think wasn't an issue. Like, it sounds silly to say that out loud. Like, you're talking about a military base where you would assume there are firearms and weapons there, but there are pockets where it's gun-free zone.
Well, that's exactly right. And there are a lot of firearms there, but they're locked up. They're in the armory, and they're not allowed to be issued or possessed outside very specific parameters. And so President Trump promised that. It came up again during his first term, 2018. So one columnist, and this is an article I read over the weekend from a site called Ammo Land, and came out and said, hey, you know what, President Trump, you promised this, let's deliver. And it brought back, in my mind, the discussion, because after the shooting in Chattanooga, then Governor Mike Pence came out and announced that as to Indiana National Guard bases, if our National Guardsmen have been trained with handguns, he would allow the carrying of personal handguns.
Aren't they all trained with handguns if you're in the National Guard?
No, but you know what? They train a lot with rifles. They train a lot with other weapon platforms.
Okay,
but there's not a lot of
that's interesting.
And a lot of our military personnel are not issued handguns and don't necessarily receive training. I've had a lot of people over the years who are former military who come take basic pistol from me. But what was interesting, when Mike Pence said that if they've had handgun training, our National Guardsmen in Indiana, on Indiana National Guard bases, can carry a handgun. There was a program where NRA actually offered up, free of charge, the NRA Basic Pistol Course, which I teach to our National Guardsmen, and I got contacted by the Johnson County National Guard base, and I went down there and taught 65 National Guardsmen the NRA Basic Pistol Course. And after that, they were all then going to be authorized to carry their personal sidearms on the National Guard base, which I was extremely happy about, because I don't want to see a tragedy like that unfold where an active shooter shows up and knowing that our military personnel are unarmed and are able to kill a bunch of them as a result.
It's Monday Gunday with Guy Relford here on the Hammer and Nigel show. And for those who have been listening over the years, you guys know a little bit about Guy. Guy loves his Indianapolis Colts. You have seen the Colts play on the road in a lot of different venues.
Yep.
And you also tour the country to watch Beto O'Rourke. I know Beto was here a couple weekends ago, Guy. You couldn't be reached because you were knee-deep watching Mr. Gun Grabber deliver his message. What's this clown doing again now?
Yeah, I just can't get enough of as I call him, Beto. And what a clown. And as you recall, when he was running for president there briefly, during a couple campaigns ago, very briefly, during a debate, while he was still in the race, he was asked a gun control question and said, "Are you really serious about seizing firearms from the American public?" Because the Democrat platform had always denied that. You know, no one wants to take your gun. Remember Hillary saying that? Right. No one wants to take your gun. Obama said that. No one wants to come take your gun.
Narrator, but they really wanted to take your guns.
Exactly. And for one of the first times, we had a Democrat candidate at the time running for president in the form of one Beto O'Rourke that came out and said, "Hell yes, we will take your AR-15. Hell yes, we will take your AK-47." And the crowd cheered at this Democrat presidential debate, as you recall, and made big headlines, and he was all proud of himself. And he promptly plummeted to below 1% in the polling.
That was the end of it. Yeah.
And he was out of the race within the next week or two. Well, he was just asked by a media member in an interview in Texas to say, "Hey, you know what? It didn't go well for you last time. You ended up dropping out of the presidential campaign. Were you serious? And do you maintain the position that we ought to be out seizing firearms from the American public?" And he goes, "Oh, I don't regret that comment one bit. And absolutely, I was serious." And then he followed it up by saying, because, he's from Texas and clearly has designs on staying in or even going to a higher office in Texas and otherwise. And they asked him, "Do you think that is consistent with the grassroots opinion on these issues in Texas?"
Right.
Which is a pretty obvious answer, right? And he goes, "Well, I'm reaching out to my friends across the aisle for common ground."
Come on.
Okay, come on.
You want common ground? Democrats buy guns too, Beto. Like it's the old Michael Jordan theory, right?
Exactly what I was thinking.
Republicans buy shoes too. That's why he's not political. Well, in the state of Texas, and it doesn't matter what state you're in, Democrats want to protect themselves and their families too.
That's right. And you know what? I love it, though, when a Democrat like Beto comes out with a position like that, because it means they continue to just not get it. Because this issue has cost them votes, millions and millions and millions of votes in dozens and if not hundreds of elections across the country. And God bless them. I hope they maintain the position. I hope they keep saying they want to come seize guns from American public, because they'll continue to get their ass kicked in the polls.
Come back for one more segment?
You bet, always.
Monday Gunday with the gun guy, Guy Relford, here on the Hammer and Nigel show.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numbness, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Matt Scholke, chiropractic neurologist and board certified in neuropathy. What is neuropathy?
Neuropathy is nerve damage in the feet or hands.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
Absolutely, and we get amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, pain, or balance issues, call Dr. Scholke today for a free nerve damage screening. This screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for their specialized treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Simply call 463-400-3338. Act now. Call 463-400-3338 for your free nerve damage screening. 463-400-3338.
As kids go back to school, it's time for you to go back to confidence.
We Grow Hair Indy helps men and women regain youthful hair with the latest technology in hair restoration and hair transplants. We Grow Hair Indy helps adults get an A+ in appearance with real lasting hair restoration. Whether you're presenting in the boardroom or coaching from the sidelines, confidence starts on top. The team at We Grow Hair Indy uses industry-leading technology to deliver natural results. So while the kids sharpen pencils, you can sharpen your look. Don't be late. Book your free consultation now. Visit WeGrowHairIndy.com or call 317-522-2995 for your free evaluation. 317-522-2995. Get extra credit for investing in your confidence. While the kids are getting back to school, you can get back to your roots. Visit WeGrowHairIndy.com or call 317-522-2995 and tell them Rob sent you.
Well, summer's still hot, and so are the deals at Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now, get 0% for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Aviator and Nautilus, or 0.9% for 72 months on 2025 Grand Touring Corsair. Or how about a $50,000 Lincoln Corsair from just $499 per month? So come get one of those hot summer deals at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
MSRP $52.20, 36-month term, $2,500 due at signing, $499 a month, 10,500 miles per year. Good through 8/31/25.
At Quality Supply and Tool, now through September 26th, or while supplies last, there's a huge DeWalt sale going on. Save big on 20-volt max kits, bare tools, and batteries. Pros will love the rod and cable cutting plus crimping kits, while Dad will love the new 20-volt cordless DeWalt drill, Bluetooth speaker, job site fan, and hand vac. The sale's at all 4 Quality Supply and Tool locations in Bloomington, West Lafayette, Indianapolis, and Jeffersonville. Whether you're a pro during the week or want to work like one on weekends, Quality Supply and Tool thinks outside the box. Store.
Discussing end-of-life matters can be uncomfortable, but it's also necessary to ensure that loved ones' wishes are well known ahead of time. This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. Up next, I'll share suggestions to help ease anxiety surrounding the talk.
Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us to find a community near you.
Direct, open, and honest conversation is the best way to discuss end-of-life wishes. Knowing your loved one's preferred treatments and desired arrangements will ready everyone for when the time comes. Also helpful, creating a will or trust to ensure assets are distributed accordingly. And consider an end-of-life doula to assist your family during the process. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access a library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door.
Because at B-Window, we mean business.
See a wreck on 465? Find a new pothole on your way to work? You can let Matt Bear know and help out your fellow travelers. Text WIBC to 317-239-9393 and join the text club.
Matt Bear, what's going on?
All right, Hammer, looking at southbound 65, that is stop-and-go traffic from 21st to the north split, a 2-minute delay. Southbound 65, 70 jam, north split down to the south split, delayed 8 minutes. Eastbound 70, pockets of stop-and-go traffic from Tibbs Avenue into the south split. South side, southbound 65, stop-and-go traffic from Southport Road down to Stop 11 Road, and those northbound lanes of 65 slow after Raymond into the south split because of that construction zone. Inbound 69 slows from 106th Street to 82nd. That's a delay of 4 minutes. Crash College Avenue north of 40th. That's reported as somebody getting hit by a car. And on the west side, serious crash 10th at Concord Street reported with injury and entrapment. Traffic sponsored by Speedway. Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway. Refresh the vibe with 69 cents large Big Gulp drinks. Speedy Rewards app required. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
It's 80 right now at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Monday Gunday with Guy Relford. Buy your Guy Relford shirt at the Hammer and Nigel Show merchandise store.
What?
Really cool shirt. It's got the quote on there, "Shall not be infringed." And on the back, it's kind of like a T-shirt jersey. It's got your name on it, Guy. Relford 2A.
I love that.
Cool.
That's
So
very cool.
Get your Monday Gunday shirt, store.hammerandnigel.com. Just Google Hammer and Nigel store, and it'll come up. I got a couple of minutes left here, Guy. You were telling me that with New York's gun laws, there's basically no chance a legally armed private citizen would have been able to stop that last mass shooting, despite what all the folks on television would say, right?
Yeah, I mean, when I saw that there was a mass shooting in a nightclub in New York, it just brought to mind the incredibly draconian laws they have in New York. Now, the Supreme Court has told them they have to issue handgun licenses, but they've gone into that kicking and screaming. And in fact, as you recall, that was the subject of a Supreme Court case in the Bruin decision, where they said, no, you have to expand this. But still, they've made it so difficult to get a handgun license in New York. And then they've declared almost every damn public place a so-called sensitive area under local law, where you can't even carry there if you get a license. So the likelihood of there being another Eli Dickin, for instance, at a public location, including at this nightclub that got shot up just late Saturday night, Sunday morning, the chance is about zero in New York, and they prefer it that way. And that's what's amazing to me about some of these liberal jurisdictions who are so anti-Second Amendment, that despite time after time, occasion after occasion, where we see law-abiding citizens who are lawfully carrying a gun stop a mass shooting, just like we saw here in Indiana, just like we see across the country, there's virtually no chance of that in New York. But these people are still proud of their draconian gun laws, and that's why I sent you that link going, you know what, you won't see a heroic private citizen in New York like we saw right here in Indiana.
And the upper echelon of those politicians that run things in New York have no problem with bodyguards following them with plenty of guns and ammunition.
Absolutely. They've got armed security everywhere they go. They're just fine with you and me and the rank and file citizen being deprived our Second Amendment rights. And you just wish the voters in these jurisdictions would wake up and realize they're being denied a basic constitutional freedom our founders fought and died for.
But, Guy, you're talking about the same voters that have, at least according to the polling, they've got a communist leading the mayor's race in New York City by 19 percentage points right now.
Exactly right. Because you know what? If all you got to do is say government-owned grocery store, free stuff, and go right down the Communist Manifesto in terms of what the promises are, and people care about more about that than they do about freedom. And because with freedom comes accountability and personal responsibility. And in place after place after place that vote Democrat election after election, that's not what they want. That's not what they vote for.
Where can we find you, hire you, ask questions, Guy?
I say through Twitter, man. Go to Twitter or X. Follow me while you're there at Guy Relford on Twitter.
The best 2A attorney in all of America. Oh, yeah. That is Guy Relford. Guy, you're the best, my friend. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Don't go anywhere. Top stories next.
It's the strongest hearts that remind us to cherish the moments. It's the grandmas who made us sit up straighter, the grandpas who showed us old records, and the parents who were embarrassingly loud at our games. It's those hearts that are anything but ordinary. Caring for extraordinary hearts for decades, Franciscan Health knows heart care is more than just a name on a chart. It's somebody who shaped your whole life. Heal your heart today at franciscanhealth.org/heartcare.
It's been an awesome summer enjoying our big patio and new front porch that was put in by IndieDecorativeConcrete.com. We had just this old sidewalk that was falling apart that led up to a small porch on our front door. It looked awful. Indie Decorative Concrete came in and made use of not only the space that was around the sidewalk, but turned our entire front porch into just this big patio setting, custom stamped concrete in an amazing, unique look. And the process was really easy too. See, Indie Decorative Concrete is locally owned. Mark came out to the house. He's the owner, gave us a few design ideas. And then we went to their showroom, and Jamie helped us pick out the stamped pattern we liked best. And once everything was ready to go, the process was done in 3 days. By the way, Indie Decorative Concrete, they do not use subcontractors. All their employees are W-2 employees, no subs. So whether it's a new patio, sidewalk, porch, don't do anything until you've checked out IndieDecorativeConcrete.com. IndieDecorativeConcrete.com.
Do you spend half your day walking or standing while working? If you have foot, knee, or low back pain, the Good Feet store wants to help you like we helped Tony.
pain that I experience the most is foot pain from being on my feet all day. You're having to kind of talk to yourself through the whole shift, like, I got this, I can do this. Before, I felt defeated, and now it's like, all right, let's go. I'm ready. A whole new life, like sunshine coming on.
And here's Dennis.
Working at an amusement park, it's always on your feet. I just couldn't take it. I just couldn't believe that putting these arch supports in made that much of a difference that quickly. Good Feet just took that pain away, and I could do my job, and I could take care of my family. I know what my tomorrow is going to be. It's going to be positive, and it's going to be pain-free.
You deserve a better life, too. Stop into the Good Feet store today. We're located in Castleton by the Fashion Mall or in Greenwood, just off the 65.
Thanks to the Good Feet store. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZzzQuil Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZzzQuil Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use, now what?
I had a friend that went to My Computer Career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Even clear, odorless water from a city water supply can bring unwanted contaminants like chlorine, lead, and hardness minerals into your home. C&J Water Systems remove unwanted impurities from water, leaving it soft, clean, and perfectly filtered. This summer, save up to 30% on select water treatment products with the purchase of any softener. Well Water, City Water, C&J, the official water treatment partners of the Fever, can make every drop in your home pure, fresh, and worry-free. C&J, 317-733-SOFT.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, you'll hear how police are investigating a hate group in downtown Indy. You'll also hear about a fatal Indianapolis shooting involving a boy from over the weekend. And Marion County judges aren't doing a good enough job of keeping the worst locked up. You'll hear why. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock.
A united front. Lisa Brady, Fox News. Several European leaders and the head of NATO meeting with Ukraine's President Zelensky at the White House, including Germany's Chancellor.
I think if we play this well, we could end this. And we have to end this. We have to stop the killing. We have to stop the destruction of Ukraine's infrastructure.
Chancellor Merz thanking President Trump for breaking the deadlock, as he put it, by opening dialogue with Russia's President Putin, also calling it a breakthrough for the U.S. to agree to be part of a future security guarantee for Ukraine.
In a certain period of time, not very far from now, a week or 2 weeks, we're going to know whether or not we're going to solve this, or is this horrible fighting going to continue. We'll do our best to get it ended. And I believe you have two willing parties, and usually that's good news, but two willing parties that want to make a deal.
President Trump plans to call President Putin after today's meetings. What's not yet clear is what kind of allied security for Ukraine Putin would be willing to accept, or whether Ukraine will agree to any concessions on territory currently held by Russia. Forecasters are warning that Hurricane Aaron could become even larger over the coming days as it passes east of the Bahamas today, now a Category 4 hurricane.
The Outer Banks of North Carolina is ground zero for the impacts from Hurricane Aaron. And even though it will not make a U.S. landfall, these beaches are going to be decimated. Already high surf advisories along with coastal flood watches up for the Outer Banks, and up and down most of the eastern seaboard. We're going to have rip currents, wave heights here in the surf zone on the Outer Banks, anywhere from 15 to 20 feet as we go into Wednesday and Thursday.
Fox Weather's Mike Seidel in Kitty Hawk. Evacuations already ordered on North Carolina's Hatteras Island. Aaron caused flooding and power outages in Puerto Rico. A mostly lower day on Wall Street. The Dow down 33 points at the bell, but the NASDAQ in the green. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A hate group chose to march in downtown Indy over the weekend. Mostly cloudy and 83, low tonight, 72. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:02. IMPD says they protected the hate group's free speech rights, but stressed that it's not an endorsement. Police also spotted symbols of hate, violence, and intimidation that were displayed, and they called the symbols repugnant, and they are calling on the mayor and governor to find out how the group entered Indianapolis. Police say that hate has no home in Indy. A shooting from yesterday morning at an Indianapolis apartment left a boy dead. Ryan Hedrick reports.
The shooting happened at the grounds along Central Avenue near 22nd Street. Jade Eilers told Wish TV that some people that live in the building are illegally renting their units out for short term.
It's not going to be an isolated incident because something like this can happen again when we're not vetting the people who are in our building where we live, and it's our home.
The Marion County Coroner's Office identified the boy shot as Xavion Whitlow. He was 17 years old. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Indianapolis City County Councilman Josh Bain is making an argument for a system that holds Marion County judges accountable.
At the end of the day, it's judges that are accepting plea deals, accepting plea bargains, setting bail, sentencing people. So this is really the crux of the argument.
He tells WIBC's Kendall and Casey how violent offenders end up back out on the streets. Notre Dame head coach Marcus Freeman met with the media yesterday and have the Irish named a starting quarterback, Len Clark.
With 2 weeks before the start of the season, the battle for starting quarterback between C.J. Carr and Kenny Minchie continues. Coach Marcus Freeman.
We got to make a decision here soon. I don't know when we'll make it. I don't want to put a timeline on it. But they've both been playing really, really well.
Live game and pressure simulations are the focus in the final days of fall camp and may be the determining factor in selecting the starting quarterback. Len Clark, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
It's 4:04, and you've got traffic and weather coming in 1 minute.
The kids are heading back to school, and let's be honest, you're finally getting the house to yourself again, which makes now the perfect time to take care of that roof, siding, or gutters you've been putting off. And Moss Roofing is here to help. Moss Roofing has been helping Central Indiana homeowners for 34 years. They're family-owned, locally rooted, and known for doing things right every single time. Free inspections, honest advice, and top-quality work on roofing, siding, gutters, and windows. They treat your home like it's their own, and they clean up like they were never there. That's why they've got great reviews and a loyal following of happy homeowners. So don't put it off any longer. Let Moss Roofing check your roof, your siding, and your gutters to make sure they're ready for the winter ahead. For your free inspection, call 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665, or online at Moss, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com.
With traffic at 4:05, Matt Bear, what you got?
South side, southbound 65 at Stop 11 Road. There is debris all over the roadway. It looks like some sort of rubber from a car, and the right center lane is getting the majority of it. So please be careful as you make your way southbound 65 around Stop 11 Road. There is a slowdown, no delay. Inbound 65 is a 5-minute delay. 21st to the north split. Eastbound 70 delayed 3 minutes. Belmont into Meridian, Illinois. East side, southbound 465 stop and go traffic after 70 down to 74. Crash College Avenue of 42nd reported as a pedestrian struck, and a crash on the west side. One person had to be extricated at 10th and Concord Street. Traffic sponsored by Speedway. Got one of those days that never stops. Try and stop at Speedway. Refresh the vibe with 69 cents large Big Gulp drinks. Speed Rewards app required, valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We'll track additional scattered shower and thunderstorm development late Monday night into early Tuesday morning with the best chance for activity along and north of Interstate 70. Isolated stronger wind gusts cannot be ruled out as lows fall into the lower 70s. Then more scattered showers and storms are possible Tuesday afternoon and evening with potential for an isolated strong and severe wind gust threat. Highs in the upper 80s on Tuesday, but feels like temperatures will be closer to the triple digits at times. Wednesday, a little bit cooler with highs in the mid 80s with a small rain chance. I'm Wish TV Star Trek 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel. Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock!
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. President Donald Trump meeting with President of Ukraine, Zelensky, today at the White House, just days after Donald Trump flew to Alaska to meet up with Putin. Russia and Ukraine not getting along right now. Haven't for years.
No.
There was an invasion. There's tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of troops dead, civilians.
They've got that Ike and Tina relationship.
Yeah. Times 100. And just days after Trump, I say, embarrassed Putin by, after they got off their respective Air Force Ones or whatever, and they met on the red carpet to shake hands, and they go up to the podium that says Alaska, which I thought was pretty funny, and that Russia is really sore that they sold Alaska to the United States for like $7 million back in the day. They think it's still part of their territory. They're walking towards that podium, and like B-52 bombers fly over Trump and Putin. It was just so humiliating for that. Like,
it was a power move by the Orange Man.
Power move, and I'm wondering, like, I would have been like, if I didn't know that was coming, I would have like ducked and covered and like looked up and like Putin. I'm wondering if like when Putin and Trump shook hands at the red carpet there, like Trump said, "Just to let you know, got a power move coming. Gonna fly some B-52s once we walk to that podium, so don't be frightened.
We're not trying to kill you.
Yeah, that's right.
Just be cool.
I'm not gonna drop any bombs." But I can't stop watching that, Hammer. Ever since you said that to me, have you ever seen anything like that?
And it's interesting that your first reaction was, that's a power move by the president. Welcome to the United States. Here are some bombers. The people that hate Donald Trump, like Martha Raddatz and the folks over at ABC or even CBS.
They all do. Yeah.
They claim that by rolling out the red carpet that Putin walked on, that means that Vladimir Putin was the real winner. He got a red carpet arrival.
He didn't want to go to the United States.
No.
These are the same people that call Donald Trump a fascist, that he's making everybody come to him. He's making Zelensky and all the EU come to him, and then they will turn around, and if this thing fails, they're going to criticize Trump and say, "Oh, well, he didn't know what he was doing. He made it too easy for them." You can't have it both ways.
There's nothing Trump could do that's going to win those people over.
Exactly.
He could do what Joe Biden claimed he was going to do and cure cancer tomorrow, and you'd have Martha Raddatz and all these other folks. Well, he didn't cure AIDS. I mean, it's just the name of the game. So today, Zelensky, the little guy, gets into the White House. He's actually got a suit on like a big kid. And before the big meeting starts, they're sitting there. The chairs are side by side. They're taking a few questions from the press corps. And one reporter asked Zelensky what he needs from the United States to make a peace deal with Russia.
What guarantees do you need from President Trump to be able to make a deal? Is it American troops, intelligence, equipment? What is it?
Everything. And really, it includes two parts. First, strong Ukrainian army. That's what I began to discuss with your colleagues. And it's a lot about weapon and people and training missions and intelligence. And second, we will discuss with our partners. It depends on the big countries, on the United States, on a lot of our friends.
I heard the word everything.
And I heard him being asked about American troops. Kid, that ain't happening. Like, I know you may want it and you say everything, but you can almost see Donald Trump's face right there when he says everything. Like, I mean, trying not to laugh out loud.
Yeah, I mean, look, the United States is building military equipment, selling it to NATO, and then NATO can do whatever they want with it.
Right.
That's the deal in place right now. No more freebies, no more handouts.
You guys want to feel like you're a part of this process? Then do something. You guys fund this thing. We'll provide the weapons. We'll do the legwork here.
But we're going to make some money.
Right. Go back to the Trump and Putin thing that happened last week.
Right.
Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, went on CBS and spoke to Margaret Brennan, one of the other awful Margarets.
Man.
And this is what I'm talking about here. So you've got Margaret Brennan trying to push this ridiculous narrative that the reason that the European leaders are at this meeting today with Zelensky was that based off of what he's done in the past, based off of the Putin, thing where the planes flew above the head, the jets, that Trump was going to bully Zelensky into making some sort of deal here. And listen, Marco Rubio, I don't know if he's going to be the front runner in 2028 or not. Kind of feels like that's J.D. Vance's to lose right now. But Rubio's making a name for himself, and he just depantses old Margaret Brennan here.
There is concern from the Europeans that President Zelensky is going to be bullied into signing something away. That's why you have these European leaders coming as backup tomorrow. Can you?
No, it isn't. That's not why they're coming as back. That's not true. No, but that's not that's not true. They're not coming here tomorrow to keep Zelensky from being bullied. They're not coming.
That February Oval
they're
Office
coming here
meeting
tomorrow
in front of television cameras where President Zelensky.
Do you know how many meetings we've had since then?
Oh no, I know, and I was just up in Alaska watching the one with Vladimir Putin where a red carpet rolled
No,
out.
but it was Zelensky. We've had more meetings. We've had one meeting with Putin and like a dozen meetings with Zelensky. So, but that's not true. They're not coming here tomorrow to keep Zelensky from being bullied. They're coming here tomorrow because we've been working with the Europeans. We talked to them last week. There were meetings in the UK over the previous weekend.
And they said President Trump was going to demand a ceasefire
as early as Thursday. But you said that they're coming here tomorrow to keep Zelensky from being bullied. They're not coming here tomorrow. Oh, this is such a stupid media narrative that they're coming here tomorrow because Trump is going to bully Zelensky into a bad deal. We've been working with these people for weeks on this stuff. They're coming here tomorrow because they chose to come here tomorrow. We invited them to come. We invited them to come. The president invited them to come.
Miss Brennan, I believe these pants belong to you.
I'm not going to be honest with you. Margaret Brennan, a pantsless Margaret Brennan is
not the worst thing in the world. No. Like, I disagree with everything coming out of her mouth.
Yeah.
But she's not the worst looking woman in the world. She's the kind of girl that you hate until she's on top of you. Like, that's kind of where I'm at with Margaret Brennan of CBS. But man, Rubio just taking the heat right to her. It's a beautiful thing.
You want to talk about somebody bullying Zelensky? How about Boris Johnson from the UK talking Zelensky out of making a peace deal with Russia in 2022? And, those are from Ukrainian and Russian sources. It remains kind of a contentious and disputed thing. But like Boris Johnson was involved in that whole thing. Donald Trump is doing the opposite here.
Right. And honestly, of all the Trump news coming out today, and I know all eyes are on the White House, Zelensky, Trump, Zelensky, the stuff about mail-in ballots is a bigger issue to me being an American. And it feels like this story is kind of getting lost in this big summit today.
And that's why Donald Trump is quoted as saying, look, I don't have to be here. There's other things I need to be concentrating on in my country. I just want the dying to stop.
Right.
I want the killing to stop.
Right. Trump's almost ticked off. He's got to take time out of his schedule to do all this. But in the wee hours of the morning, the old man posted just a rant on Truth Social about how crooked the elections are and a movement that he wants to push forward of eliminating mail-in ballots. And it was a long post on Truth Social. He was asked about that at the press conference with Zelensky today.
Mail-in ballots are corrupt. Mail-in ballots, you can never have a real democracy with mail-in ballots. And we, as a Republican Party, are going to do everything possible that we get rid of mail-in ballots. We're going to start with an executive order that's being written right now by the best lawyers in the country to end mail-in ballots because they're corrupt. And the other thing we want change are the machines. For all of the money they spend, it's approximately 10 times more expensive than paper ballots. And paper ballots are very sophisticated with the watermark paper and everything else. We would get secure elections. We'd get much faster results. The machines, they say we're going to have the results in 2 weeks. With paper ballots, you have the results that night.
When Trump says 2 weeks, he sounds like the contractors in the money pit. How long is this going to take? 2 weeks. Everything takes 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Like just his cadence of the way that he says it sounds like the contractors in the money pit. But I agree with everything that he said there. There's no reason why it takes 2 weeks to count up ballots. And we've all said from the beginning, it doesn't make you a conspiracy theorist to question how a vegetable like Joe Biden got 81 million legal votes in 2020. No president, anytime in the last ever, has gotten close to that. And you're telling me that the guy that hid in his basement got the most of anybody in history, and it's all fair. And if I question it, I've got the tinfoil hat on. All right, fine. I'll wear it with pride. Matt Bear.
West side, southbound 465, stop and go traffic, Crawfordsville Road down to West 10th. Inbound 65 slows west into the north split. Eastbound 70 delayed 5 minutes, Belmont into the south split. And northbound 65 slow because of construction from Raymond into the south split. Southbound 65 is 72-minute delay, north split to the south split. East side, southbound 465, stop and go before 70 down to Washington. In a crash, serious, reported with injury and entrapment, 10th and Concord. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Honda of Fishers is now Great Lakes Honda of Fishers under new ownership. Visit them just off State Road 37 for special grand opening prices during their summer sales event. Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Coming up here in just about 15 minutes, the Chief of Police of IMPD, Chief Christopher Bailey, will join us. We'll get his thoughts on Indiana Nazis and the budget and everything in between when it comes to law and order here in Indy. That's coming up about 4:35. Right now, light rain and 81 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Is this anything? Next.
Man, I wish you could see the before and after pictures of my garage floor and the work that Galaxy Concrete Coatings was able to do on that garage floor with a new coating. My new Galaxy Concrete garage floor is out of this world. It was just ugly, unmaintained, stained, uneven, cracks all over the place. And within a day, as little as a day, they came in and they changed it into something brand new, tons of styles to choose from. 4 times stronger, lifetime guarantee. They do garages, basements, pool decks, any indoor-outdoor area concrete. GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com or give them a call, 751-9070.
This is Denny Smith for Zero Res, and Zero Res is celebrating Pet Appreciation Month with something kind of nice for pet parents. Get 3 rooms Zero Resified for $129. Get 15% off pet odor treatments and $50 off air duct cleaning too. Look, pets have accidents, sometimes big ones, messy ones, the ones that make you gag a little when you're trying to clean up. And if you're thinking it's just dogs, cats can absolutely mistake carpets for a litter box. Vacuuming is just not going to fix that. Zero Res can clean virtually any surface in your home. And remember, Zero Res's patented ZR water cleans with no soaps, no residue, no harsh chemicals. And it's clean, safe, and effective, and that's why they have a 4.9 rating on Google with over 5,000 reviews. Just call Zero Res, mention WIBC, you'll get 3 rooms clean for $129, get 15% off pet odor treatments, and $50 off air duct cleaning. 317-388-5141, ZeroResIndy.com.
Well, summer's still hot, and so are the deals at Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now, get 0% for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Aviator and Nautilus, or 0.9% for 72 months on 2025 Grand Touring Corsair. Or how about a $50,000 Lincoln Corsair from just $499 per month? So come get one of those hot summer deals at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
MSRP $52.20, 36-month term, $2,500 due at signing, $499 a month, 10,500 miles per year. Good through 8/31/25.
Hey, this is Travis from Life Church. Do you have questions about God, faith, or church? What if there's a place you could ask them without embarrassment, judgment, or shame? That's the Alpha Course. Bring your questions and we'll even feed you dinner. We'll talk about who Jesus is, what he did on the cross, and what that means for you without the commitment of joining a church. The Alpha Course begins on Monday nights at 6:30 at Life Church Noblesville. Go to lifechurchin.com for more information and to register.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings, because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio!
Right now, save up to $404 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, cause you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hi, this is Zach from Ingledow Tree Experts. When it comes to the health and beauty of your trees, trust Ingledow Tree Experts. Our certified arborists ensure your trees are trimmed, removed, and cared for with precision. Summer is the perfect time to schedule fall pruning. Call now for your free estimate and let us handle the hard work. 317-903-0102 or visit ingledowtreeexperts.com for more information. Ingledow Tree Experts, where your trees come first.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tamara and Nigel to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Pierce Jewelers and Carmel, designers of fine custom jewelry.
Tamara and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, presented by the Attorney General's office here in Indiana. The Attorney General's office reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Fast, easy, and free to search at indianaunclaimed.gov. Type that in to see if you got money floating around out there.
Is this anything? It's a question for you, Nige, Allison, and everybody listening at home right now.
Okay.
Would you be willing to fly 13 hours from the United States to Ireland for a one-day trip? And what I mean here, you fly, you land, you go onto an iconic cliff somewhere in Ireland, you have a beer, you have a snack, and you go back to the airport and you fly back. Would you be willing to do that? Because that's what this one dude did and posted about it.
No.
And here's how much it cost.
My round-trip nonstop flight from New York to Shannon, Ireland was $457. I also rented a car for $48, and I was having a blast up until I paid a mechanic $60 to change my tire, and I also got charged $275 because I didn't get insurance. I ate a sandwich at the Cliffs of Moher for $8. Oh, and I also had this $4 cappuccino. I paid $5 to park at the secret location at the Cliffs of Moher, and I got this shirt for $41, bringing my grand total for my Ireland day trip to $898.
One day.
So around $900
for what? 13 hours.
A complete waste of time. I mean, you're on the airplane the entire time. It's like that scene in Vacation where they stop by the Grand Canyon and he puts his arm around, Clark puts his arm around his wife and they kind of look at it and it's like, yeah, all right, let's go. Like that's it. No, $800. Although I will say $400 round trip ticket from New York.
That's amazing.
Ireland.
Where do you find that?
Like, I mean, it costs $600 round trip to freaking Florida from Indiana.
That's a 2.5 hour flight.
Yeah. Right. I think this guy has too much time on his hands. $800 isn't bad, I guess, but
I mean, that's an incredible deal.
I'd want to go see a ton of crap in Ireland. I'd love to go to Ireland. Aren't you going to Ireland?
I'm going to Ireland next year, in June, I believe.
Awesome. I'd want to go see Jameson Distillery. I'd want to go see the Guinness Brewery.
Right.
I'd want to go see a ton of stuff. But no, I would not do that. This guy's a loser.
Allison, would you do that trip? Let's say that airfare was specific for this day. $450 round trip, but it's one day only. There, back. You got a couple hours in Ireland. Would you do it?
And I'm paying for it?
Yes.
No. I mean, you're already over there. I might as well just, that's half of the trip anyways, that cost. So no.
Yeah, I was stunned by that round trip plane
That's got to be
ticket.
a special of some kind, right? There's no way that could be what it is from New York to Ireland. Because you're right. If you try to get on even
6.5-hour flight,
the cheap airlines like Spirit or Allegiant from Indy to Florida, it might be around that price. Not New York to Ireland over an ocean. Is this anything? A single-engine plane crashed on a golf course in Australia. Luckily, nobody was seriously hurt.
Oh, good.
A golfer who ran in to help a reporter told the reporter what happened, and while he was kind of glad that the plane ended up crashing there. Take a listen.
Plane came in like really low over the top of our heads, and there was no propeller movement. Didn't even sound like an engine was on. Skidded across and just ended up there. We were sort of first on the scene. My girlfriend's a doctor and gave them medical attention. They were both okay. One had slight lacerations to the side of his face. We were a bit shocked, but we were kind of...
So this guy was like, it's a good thing it happens here.
He didn't finish the end. We didn't finish why he said it was... Something was wrong with the audio there. The guy was okay. Basically, what the guy said was, yeah, I'm kind of glad they crashed anyway because I was having a crap round.
Okay. Do we have that now, Allison?
Slight lacerations to the side of his face. We were a bit shocked, but we were kind of stoked we couldn't finish our round because we weren't playing great.
There you go. That's the real reason. The round doesn't count if a plane crashes.
And we were playing like crap anyway.
Right.
That's what I love.
Wipe that score from the record books. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Citizens, since we each upgraded to Xfinity in our homes, the Wi-Fi has been booming. It's fair to say our town has officially become a boomtown.
Mayor, will I be able to drop into multiplayer gaming battles with low lag?
The lag won't be an issue, but your questionable skills may be.
And what if I have hundreds of devices on the Wi-Fi? Purely hypothetical.
Seems like a lot, but sure, hundreds of devices all booming together with the Xfinity Gateway. Yes, friends and neighbors, with Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
The Wi-Fi isn't the only thing that's booming. Now get the most reliable Wi-Fi and our best-in-class equipment for one consistent price for 5 years guaranteed. All in. Plus, get unlimited data included and no annual contract. All with the 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Select plans only. Xfinity Gateway with xFi Complete required for unlimited data except in certain areas. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024. Actual speeds vary.
Mike loves summer in Indy, but he hates to paint. So he called Rhino Shield.
Our home is basically a contemporary, and we just started noticing that the paint was just fading and just looked like garbage. We had received a postcard from Rhino Shield, and we decided to take a look at it.
Rhino Shield's formulated for our specific climate here in Indiana.
The process with Rhino Shield and their crew, they were just very conscientious. We had problems in the past with painters. They leave debris and everything. Well, we didn't have that with Rhino Shield.
Way better than paint, backed by a 25-year warranty. And right now, get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 10% off the regular price.
The thing about Rhino Shield, the heat gain has been reduced, and we save $70 a month. You don't hear that about any type of paint.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is zero and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
After several days of heat and storms, you may feel some relief. Right now, you've got partly cloudy skies and 83 degrees in downtown Indy. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:31. But in the meantime, high temperatures will stick around, especially in the early part of the week.
In the upper 80s to around 90 on Tuesday. However, we will have another chance for some rain as the system moves through.
Jason Puma with the National Weather Service says after that, cooler air will arrive in Indiana.
We'll see high temperatures on Wednesday through Friday, mainly in the middle to upper 80s, so slightly slightly cooler and slightly less humid as well.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky went to the White House in D.C. to meet with President Trump, and Ukraine was attacked with airstrikes by Russia. Less than a dozen people were killed.
Ukraine's Air Force says that Russia launched as many as 140 drones overnight and as many as 4 missiles. Of those drones, one of them hit Kharkiv earlier this morning. Kharkiv is in the northeast. It's near the border of Russia. Further south, Russian strikes caused fires to break out in Zaporizhia. Today, the regional governor there says that 3 people are dead and more than 20 are wounded.
Fox's Alex Hogan reporting. Ukraine explained that the strikes were meant to be a message from Russian President Vladimir Putin, saying he had no intent to end the war between Russia and Ukraine. Public meetings are set this week for proposed AES hike rates. Johnette Cruz reports.
Indianapolis residents will have a chance to voice their opinions on AES Indiana's proposed 13.5 electricity rate hike at 2 public meetings this week. The utility company says the increase is needed to cover rising costs for materials, labor, and infrastructure investments. If approved, the rate hike would be implemented in 2 phases over the next couple of years. The Citizen Action Coalition is holding town halls to inform residents. Those unable to attend the public hearings can submit written comments to the Indiana Office of Utility Consumer Counselor. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
It's time for your WIBC Closing Bell Report. At the closing bell, the Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 34 points to 44,911. The S&P 500 dropped by 0.65 points to 6449. And the NASDAQ rose by 6 points to 21,629. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:33.
Premier Deck Coating, the ultimate deck protection. Who are they? Well, they're a sister company of Rhino Shield, and Premier Deck Coating is the product you need if you're tired of applying the same old stain and paint every couple of years to your deck. It's Terry, Stacy, and David and I have a deck that's probably 25 years old. The countless hours and the money that we spend on maintaining that deck never ends. And then we heard about Premier Deck Coating. Family owned, based right here in Indy, and they are going to completely transform our deck with their special formulated product, which repels moisture, scratch resistant in virtually any color that we want, and backed by a 10-year guarantee. No more spending time staining or painting every year. Premier Deck Coating will keep our deck looking great for years to come. Premier Deck Coating can also do fences and pergolas too. For a free quote, call 317-696-4071 or visit premierdeckcoating.com.
You've got WIBC traffic at 4:34. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Jake, looking at southbound 65 as 70 jammed up north split to the south split. It's a 3-minute delay. Then southbound 65 slows down again before Raymond down to South Keystone Avenue. Remember, that's a construction zone. Eastbound as 70 delayed 6 minutes. Belmont to Meridian, Illinois. Inbound 65 stop and go traffic 21st to Meridian Penn. That's a 3-minute delay. Northwest side crash northbound 465 at 865. Left lane is blocked and we're jammed up back to West 79th Street. Eastbound 465 slow but moving Keystone Avenue over to I-69. Same with inbound 69 from 96 to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door. Trust a local. Trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now your American Standard Cooling Weather Center forecast.
We'll check additional scattered shower and thunderstorm development late Monday night into early Tuesday morning with the best chance for activity along and north of Interstate 70. Isolated stronger wind gusts cannot be ruled out as lows fall into the lower 70s. Then more scattered showers and storms are possible Tuesday afternoon and evening with potential for an isolated strong to severe wind gust threat. Highs in the upper 80s on Tuesday. I'm Wish TV Star Trek 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, I'm Nigel. That's Hammer over there. We'll go straight to the hotline and bring on IMPD Chief Chris Bailey. Chief, there's any number of places we could start. I think it's probably important to acknowledge this is the anniversary of the death of Jake Laird in 2004, Wednesday, early in the morning. What can you tell us about Jake and some of the things his family has been doing ever since his death.
Yeah, good man, good friend, partner, father, husband, friend, all those things, son, Marine, 4-year veteran of the Indianapolis Police Department when he was killed on the south side. We also had 3 other officers shot that particular night, and a mom killed down there off Dietz, or in that neighborhood down near Troy Avenue. Terrible night, one that I won't forget. And 21 years, it's flown by. His daughter's now back in our city, married to a Marine by the name of Jake, by the way, which is ironic. He's got a grandson now, and his parents and family every year host a huge golf outing with over 100 foursomes up in Noblesville, and have been raising money ever since that October after that tragic night, and have given away almost $1.3 million to departments all across central Indiana and throughout the state to help officers, to help their families, to support police departments, and our mission is serve our communities. So just great human beings and a great family, and our city really lost a hero that day. And our job is to never forget and honor his memory and his sacrifice, and all those that give their lives in service as something bigger than themselves. So I'm proud to have known him. I really do appreciate you taking a moment to recognize that, and we should be thankful to his family for carrying on his legacy of service.
Chief, I think the never forgetting part is so important. With the relationships Nigel and I have had doing this radio program over the last couple of years, we've become friends with a lot of families who have lost loved ones tragically and in a moment's notice because of some cowardice act by a piece of human garbage. But the one thing that I think all these families say is they just want the legacy of that loved one to live on. You know what I'm saying? I think that's really important.
Oh yeah, I mean, you just can't forget these people, right? I mean, you can't forget these heroes, these individuals who voluntarily put themselves between good and bad, and lost their life trying to save others, and that is a special kind of human being, and that one we just cannot afford to forget or honor, because then there won't be other people to step forward and say, "Send me." So it's important for us to do that for not only their legacy and their memory, but for the families and friends that remain.
Chief, you had a eventful weekend here in Indy. In addition to the usual things that go into protecting a major metropolitan city, apparently we had Indiana Nazis walking around downtown, protesting, doing their type of thing. Wasn't a large crowd, but here's this group of masked individuals, going up and down the streets of Indianapolis. I know you put out a statement that was released via social media. For those who did not see the statement, what does the IMPD have to say about the protest that took place this past weekend?
Well, I mean, it's nothing that we were, knew about in advance. Most of the time, I would say well over 90% of the time, if we're going to have a protest or a demonstration or some kind of, First Amendment action in our city, it's something that we know about. And this kind of took both us and state police by surprise, but it's not uncommon for this particular group to be very secretive on the things that they do. And so we responded by monitoring like we always do. It was just downtown district response. And then we, in the process of diverting resources from the Colts game, which was happening at the same time, to kind of keep an eye on things, but they had dispersed fairly quickly and jumped in their getaway van and took off. So, our responsibility is to protect people's First Amendment and constitutional rights. That is a duty of ours. It's an oath that we swore to both the state and federal or United States constitutions. We take that very seriously. It is not an endorsement of anyone's rhetoric or what they think or what they say, no matter how how terrible it is. That's not our job or our duty. Our duty is to protect the public and enforce the law. And that was our intention yesterday. It will be our intention in the future. And this is not this group's first time doing it here or across the country. It's kind of their MO.
So you're familiar. I mean, what is this group? Again, it didn't seem very large, but you're certainly aware of their presence.
Well, I mean, not necessarily this specific group, but our team was able to gather a lot of important intelligence yesterday, and we'll share that with our partners at the state and the federal level so that we can maintain situational awareness in these groups as they change and as they develop. I don't know specifics about this group, but their intentions, right? Their type of speech is not something that we have not seen before here and seen across the country, where they just pop up out of nowhere, walk around with masks, and a symbol that I don't know that anybody can get behind, right? I mean, I guess I have more of an opinion. I'm allowed to have more of an opinion than our line cops, and that's part of my job. But that's not something that anybody can. And I can't imagine the feelings that it conjures up amongst members of our community, and there's no room in our city for any hateful action. We can disagree on policies and politics and those type of things, but hate and the disparaging of fellow human beings is not something we can ever like in this city or anywhere.
Chief, these guys were wearing masks. Would you like to see some sort of legislation in the state of Indiana, city of Indianapolis, where it doesn't matter what your group is, you can't protest or be part of one of these things if you cover up your face? Would you like to see that type of law enacted in some way?
Yeah, I'd like to. I think that, the legislature, may have had that debate this past session. I don't know how far that particular bill progressed, but I wouldn't be surprised if something doesn't pop back up, not just from what we saw yesterday, but from other things that we see on a normal, everyday basis. It's something that we'll take a look at and examine, what makes sense and whether it puts us in a liability situation or not when some of these things are in place. But certainly open having those conversations with our community and those that make the laws to see what makes the most sense for Indianapolis.
What is IMPD's role? So you find out this Nazi group is demonstrating and walking around downtown. What exactly is the role? Do cops get out and follow them? Do they walk? I don't want to say alongside them, but do you make sure that there are no other people that are going to attack them? Do you just try to keep the peace? Is that pretty much the role of the IMPD when something like this pops up, even though obviously you don't endorse what they are demonstrating?
No, but we do have an obligation to keep the peace and to keep them from committing acts of violence and crime, but also other people in the community. That's our role. Our role is not to impede their ability to walk around. Nothing that information that we have, nothing that they were doing was illegal. We may hate it. We may not like what they say. That wasn't illegal. So our job is to keep the peace and enforce the law. And that's what we'll do in the future, regardless of the group or what they have to say.
Speaking with the Chief of Police for IMPD, Chief Chris Bailey. Chief, since the last time we spoke, the City County Council, they've got back together again, and they're proposing adding some fines for this curfew violation. Previously, curfew didn't really have any teeth to it. You would take the juvenile to a center, call his parents or authority, he'd get picked up, and we all move on with our lives. But now it sounds like they're wanting some sort of punishment to go to the guardians, a series of fines. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with the accountability piece, but I'm also I'm happy that our council has taken steps to come alongside the community to say, we've had enough of this. We have to protect our kids, and we have to put some accountability on those parents and guardians that need to know where their kids are, what they're doing, who they're with, and get them home safely at night. And if you can't do that and the government has to step in, then there needs to be some repercussions. And I plan on having some conversations with some people at the General Assembly as we go into next year to talk about how in some severe cases, when a kid uses a weapon or the parent, we can confirm that a parent knew a kid carries a weapon when they're not supposed to have it, and creating either strengthening the neglect of a dependent law or adding a new state statute that puts some criminal penalties as well on parents and guardians who knowingly or intentionally or recklessly allow their children to commit crimes, not once, but over and over again in our state. We have to do something with our juvenile criminal justice system. It has been far too secret for far too long, and we have to have cooperation from the courts, and we want to intervene in some of these kids' lives ahead of time, just like we do with adults.
Yeah.
If we know every Thursday we get together and we review every shooting, and we say, is there a group responsible? Is there going to be retaliation? Who can we get to? And we go to that person in some cases and we say, look, here's social services. Take it. If not, law enforcement's going to be the one that comes to your door next time and they're going to take you to jail. We want to do that with juvenile. But in order to have that information, the courts have to share that information with us. And we're in conversations with the family court, and they know how we feel, and they know that we need more information. They just have to do it. We believe they can within the existing law. If not, then it'll be another topic for us and for IMPD or me specifically with the General Assembly as we go into next session.
Okay, Chief, going to lighten it up here with the last question before we let you go. I was up late Friday. The kids and the wife had gone to bed. I was watching an old school movie called New Jack City. And it's a movie about where Wesley Snipes plays like a big drug cartel member.
Nino Brown.
Nino Brown, yes.
Yes.
And they kept on, and I remember some of the music I used to listen to back in the day, they kept on referring to the police as 5-0. Do you, are kids, are the bad guys still referring to you guys as the police as 5-0? Is that a thing?
Probably people our age, those in the criminal justice system out in the neighborhood that are our age are probably saying 5-0. I've heard 12. I've heard all kinds of new things. One that never goes away is pig. So I mean that one's.
What about
always
fuzz?
Been
the
around.
Fuzz?
No. Now I think you're really dating yourself. I have not heard the fuzz.
The popo, is that still a thing? The popo?
Yeah, popo. Yeah, police, popo.
12.
Maybe occasionally 5-12.
Interesting. That's Adam 12. That's what I typed in Grok.
Mm-hmm.
I said Adam 12, which is probably referring to that movie back or the TV show which followed two LA police officers. But I don't know how that would have gotten to today's youth or young people referring to you guys as 12.
They're graffitiing that after watching an old 60s TV show.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hey, Chief, thank you so much. You're welcome back anytime. Tell your officers we support the hell of them. Keep them safe, and God bless you. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Add some Mission Impossible music to some of your ins and outs, all right?
Yeah, we got to decide whether we're watching. We were talking about this the other night. We either got to stream Mission Impossible. Me and Chris Bailey, the Chief, are huge Tom Cruise Mission Impossible fans.
Okay.
We got to decide, or are we going to wait till it comes out for free on Paramount?
It's free
Plus?
on Paramount. Yeah.
Well, but that won't be for a couple months though.
That's right.
So
you may have to pay the $19. You can afford it.
I don't know, man. You ain't seen my paycheck lately, Chief. All right, man.
Chief, we appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield has the deals you've been looking for your next car, truck, SUV, or electric vehicle. And right now, during their Red, White, and New sales event, you will get independence from car payments with no payments for 3 months and enjoy your freedom in the new Ford F-150 Super Crew or Mustang with 0% APR financing for 48 months. At Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield, they're pros at servicing your commercial vehicles. From medium to heavy-duty F-Series trucks, talk to Andy Moore Ford, the biggest selection of Super Duties in the entire state. Over 175 Super Duty trucks are on the ground and ready for you and your business, and you can save thousands because Andy always gives you more. And with an expert team and a fast turnaround, they know how to keep your business moving. Talk to Andy Moore Ford today. 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield or online at Andy Moore Ford, MOHR.
I love Andy.
AndyMooreFord.com.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. That's 800-883-3024.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
Service today.
Today.
The most extraordinary thing a woman can do is let herself be human. We try to do it all, sure, but what if we're just not feeling it? Like when the fatigue hits, but you gotta bring snacks to the soccer game? Or when the laundry's piling up, but that hot flash says, too bad. We get it. Franciscan Health has care for extraordinary women who can do it all, but don't have to. Visit franciscanhealth.org/OBGYN today.
When you own a business, it feels like everything's on you. Orders, deliveries, employees, on you. That's why Comcast Business is giving you a year of mobile on us with your internet service. Really? Yep. We'll cover your first line of mobile for 1 year. So calling customers, getting directions, texting Janine and shipping, on us. The broken coffee maker? That one's still on you, which means you'll save hundreds for your business and get the fastest mobile service with 5G cellular and Wi-Fi hotspots on us. But hurry, this deal won't last long. Get a mobile plan and free up the budget to maybe, I don't know, fix that coffee maker? Get mobile on us for 1 year, you guessed it, on us. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 9/22/25. Restrictions apply. New mobile customers only with internet standard service or above. Limited to value of one unlimited intro line apply via 12 monthly internet bill credits. One discount per account. Fastest mobile based on mobile Wi-Fi and cellular data in service areas. Ookla Speed Test Intelligence 2H24.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business.
The Home and Garden Show will be live this Saturday from 9 to 1 at Nature Spire, Carmel's only plant boutique. Explore lush plants, stunning moss art, one-of-a-kind trinkets, bouquet bar blooms, and more. Enter to win the classic pumpkin package. Winner announced after the event must be present to win.
Matthew McConaughey, what's going on?
Hey, Hammer, northbound 465 northwest side crash on the right shoulder at 865. Stop and go traffic back to 79 for a 5-minute delay. Inbound 65, 3-minute delay 29th to Meridian Penn. And southbound 6570 is jammed from the north split down to the south split. Eastbound 75-minute delay from Belmont into Meridian, Illinois. And on the east side, southbound 465 slows from 70 down to 74. There's a crash southbound 6570 at east, and it's on the right shoulder. Looks like we have several vehicles pulled off to the right. Traffic sponsored by B-Window. Right now, employee-owned B-Window means business. Receive up to 50% off, plus a free patio door. Trust a local, trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now, cloudy skies, 83 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. And right now, we need 21 people to go to the WIBC YouTube page and give us a like, give us a thumbs up. Help us out a little bit. That gets us to 100, at least 21. It'd be great if 470 people did it, but we're asking for at least 21 people. WIBC's YouTube page. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up. Top stories next.
I've been talking about my friends at Trajan Wealth for quite some time now. Trajan, they are my fiduciary advisors, and I'm excited to share that they are hosting a one-night-only movie premiere at Flick's Brew House in Carmel, September 25th at 6 p.m. Retirement on the Brink, that's the name of this movie. It's their first eye-opening documentary for everyone nearing retirement. You got to see this. Reserve your VIP seat now at retirementonthebrink.com. retirementonthebrink.com or call 800-670 0366. VIPs get free popcorn and a drink, by the way. The documentary highlights ways to mitigate risk during times when the markets aren't exactly stable. Book your seat at retirementonthebrink.com or call 800-670-0366. That's 800-670-0366. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement. DBA in most states is Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
As kids go back to school, it's time for you to go back to confidence. We Grow Hair Indy helps men and women regain youthful hair with the latest technology in hair restoration and hair transplants. We Grow Hair Indy helps adults get an A+ in appearance with real lasting hair restoration. Whether you're presenting in the boardroom or coaching from the sidelines, confidence starts on top. The team at We Grow Hair Indy uses industry-leading technology to deliver natural results. So while the kids sharpen pencils, you can sharpen your look. Don't be late. Book your free consultation now. Visit WeGrowHairIndy.com or call 317-522-2995 for your free evaluation. 317-522-2995. Get extra credit for investing in your confidence. While the kids are getting back to school, you can get back to your roots. Visit WeGrowHairIndy.com or call 317-522-2995 and tell them Rob sent you.
Well, summer's still hot, and so are the deals at Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now, get 0% for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Aviator and Nautilus, or 0.9% for 72 months on 2025 Grand Touring Corsair. Or how about a $50,000 Lincoln Corsair from just $499 per month? So come get one of those hot summer deals at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fisher.
MSRP $52.20, 36-month term, $2,500 due at signing, $499 a month, 10,500 miles per year. Good through 8/31/25.
You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZQL Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Quality Supply and Tool is the place for pros, whether you are one during the week or you just want to work like one on weekends. And right now at all 4 Quality Supply and Tool locations, Indianapolis, Jeffersonville, Bloomington, and West Lafayette, save on DeWalt 20-volt max kits like the hammer drill and impact driver with FlexFold Advantage. The combo kit is only $299. That's $100 savings. And buy DeWalt's Tough System 4-in-1 or 5-in-1 modular workstation and get 2 2-drawer units free. Prices are good through September 26th or while supplies last. Quality Supply and Tool thinks outside the box. Store.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, you'll hear about a woman who ripped hair out of a paramedic. A Seymour man is now in trouble with the law after killing and being spotted nearly naked. You're listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
A search for peace. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. How to end the war in Ukraine.
We want to stop the killing. Get this settled.
President Trump hosting a historic multilateral meeting at the White House after first meeting with Ukraine's president.
Sitting alongside Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, President Trump told reporters the U.S. will back European security guarantees for Ukraine.
They are first line of defense because they're there. They're Europe. But we're going to help them out also. We'll be involved.
President Trump is meeting with Zelensky and 7 European leaders 3 days after his summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska. The president says he's hopeful for a trilateral summit with Putin, Zelensky, and President Trump.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. Today's meetings include the heads of NATO and the EU Commission, as well as the UK, France, Germany, Italy, and Finland. Before heading behind closed doors, many thanking President Trump for breaking a deadlock by opening dialogue with Putin, but emphasizing the importance of those security guarantees for a lasting peace. The meetings just hours after more deadly Russian attacks.
Ukraine's Air Force says that Russia launched as many as 140 drones overnight and as many as 4 missiles. Of those drones, one of them hit Kharkiv earlier this morning. That strike killed as many as 7 people, including a 1-year-old child.
Fox's Alex Hogan. President Trump says honest elections aren't possible in the U.S. with mail-in voting.
We're going to stop mail-in ballots because it's corrupt.
He argues most other countries don't have mail-in voting and says lawyers are working on an executive order. Supporters of mail-in voting say it expands access for people who can't get to the polls to vote in person and argue for safeguarding rather than scrapping it. Texas House Democrats back in Texas ending a walkout that temporarily blocked a vote on new congressional maps. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
An Evansville woman was arrested, but why? Partly cloudy and 85 degrees. I'm Jake McDaniel, and this report is brought to you by Moss Roofing. Here's what's trending at 5:02. It was after biting and pulling out a paramedic's hair. Police say the paramedic was just driving Megan Sutton to a hospital after she got in a wreck in a parking lot of a business on First Avenue Sunday afternoon. Police say an ambulance driver came around to the back of the ambulance, opened the door, and found Sutton standing inside, yelling to be let out, but she couldn't be let out because of her behavior and traffic on the road at the same time. Sutton then bit the driver on the shoulder, pulled on his hair, and ripped some out. After Sutton was treated at the hospital, she was taken to the Vanderburgh County Jail. A Seymour man is facing several criminal charges for killing his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend. Jarrett Lewis reports.
The Dearborn County Prosecutor's Office says 33-year-old Brent Wellman has been charged with murder, resisting law enforcement, and felony firearm enhancement in the shooting death of Kentucky man Dennis Adams Jr. Police received a 911 call early one morning last week of someone saying they heard gunshots and they saw a man bloodied by a car. The driver of that car ended up crashing it, trying to get away from officers. Police found Adams dead from gunshots to the back in a wooded area and Wellman in a nearby creek wearing nothing but his underwear. He's now being held in the Dearborn County Law Enforcement Center. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Indianapolis City County Councilman Josh Bain believes something needs to be done to keep judges in Marion County in check, especially when it comes to what they do with criminals.
There's no accountability. Like, these judges, no one can hold them accountable. We can't hold them accountable on the city county council to a large extent. I've been doing a deep dive because, the only time these judges even come before us is during the budget season.
Councilor Bain tells WIBC's Kendall and Casey that crime in the city has been an issue this summer and says Marion County judges aren't doing a good enough job of keeping the worst of the worst locked up. The Humane Society for Hamilton County is pleading for adoptions this weekend as it deals with an overcapacity crisis. Hundreds of animals are waiting for homes. The shelter will hold its annual Clear the Shelters event this Saturday afternoon from noon to 5 in Fishers, with adoption fees reduced to just $10. Traffic and weather in 1 minute, it's 5:04.
The kids are heading back to school, and let's be honest, you're finally getting the house to yourself again, which makes now the perfect time to take care of that roof, siding, or gutters you've been putting off. And Moss Roofing is here to help. Moss Roofing has been helping Central Indiana homeowners for 34 years. They're family-owned, locally rooted, and known for doing things right every single time. Free inspections, honest advice, and top-quality work on roofing, siding, gutters, and windows. They treat your home like it's their own, and they clean up like they were never there. That's why they've got great reviews and a loyal following of happy homeowners. So don't put it off any longer. Let Moss Roofing check your roof, your siding, and your gutters to make sure they're ready for the winter ahead. For your free inspection, call 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665, or online at Moss, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com.
With WIBC traffic now, here's Matt Bear.
All right, check. Northwest side crash, northbound 465 at 865 on the right shoulder. Stop and go traffic 270 9th Street for an 8-minute delay. Northbound 65 on the approach to 38th Kessler. This is police activity, possibly a crash blocking the right lane. Stop and go traffic to the White River Bridge. Inbound 65 delayed 4 minutes, 21st to Meridian Penn. 5-minute delay on eastbound 70 Belmont to Meridian, Illinois. Southbound 65 70 jams from the north split to the south split. And on the east side, southbound 465 stop and go traffic 70 down to South Shadeland Avenue. West side crash, Washington Street at Holmes. Traffic sponsored by Speedway. Got one of those days that never stops. Try a stop at Speedway. Refresh the vibe with 69 cents a large. Big gulp drinks. Speed Rewards app required. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Scattered rain storm chance until late tonight, early Tuesday morning with lows in the low 70s. Tuesday, more scattered shower storms are possible with an isolated severe risk for wind. Highs in the upper 80s with near triple-digit heat indices. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there, just days after hanging out with old Pootie Tang, Russian President Vlad Putin in Alaska. Donald Trump now hanging out with Zelensky in Washington, D.C., Ukraine. Russia and Ukraine have had this thing going on for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Actually, it's been going on since about 2014, but only recently in the, around 2022, maybe things escalated. And so Trump is trying to end this thing, and Trump's whole attitude is like, look, I got better things to do than this. I don't have to do this. I want to see people stop dying. There are thousands of soldiers a day that are dying, and I want this to end. So he met with Putin, I believe on Friday when we were on the air, and then today it's not only Zelensky from Ukraine. He brought in like Macron from France, the Italian prime minister, who's kind of a smoke show. I don't know if
She is.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think Zelensky brought them. They were like the uninvited house guests.
Well, I think Trump kind of brought them all in.
So they'd shut up because they felt like their feelings were hurt because they weren't invited to the
right.
Putin meeting.
They weren't invited to the meeting in Alaska. And I just think it's like it's a double-edged sword for Trump with the media, because everybody's saying that this proves Trump is a fascist. He's making everybody come to him.
Oh, good Lord.
And he's going to, and if he doesn't succeed, if Trump doesn't succeed in all this, they're going to say he didn't know what he was doing. This was a failure by Donald Trump.
They're rooting for this to fail.
Exactly.
Mainstream media, whether it's CBS, ABC, whatever we're calling MSNBC now, CNN, they're hoping war continues because it looks bad on Donald Trump. He said he would have this over in one phone call when he was campaigning.
I just don't think it looks bad when all these countries are coming to Donald Trump to try to solve their problems. He's solved about one war average per month since his presidency.
Some bigger than others, but yes.
I understand that.
Ceasefires and peace deals.
No, he would say ceasefire's not in the equation. He would say the war is ended. And that's what he's doing with Ukraine and Russia. I don't want a ceasefire. I want
Well, then he can't claim
end.
victory with Israel and, Hamas then, because it's a ceasefire. That war is continuing.
He did it with Israel and Iran.
Yes,
he did it with Israel and Iran. So that's his goal, is to I had enough of the ceasefires, in the wars. That's what I want. That's what I'm looking for here.
Did Zelensky wear a suit today, or did he show up looking like he just got done fishing for 3 hours? That's the question.
He looked like he went hiking.
Right.
Up in
he just got done cutting the grass of the White House and walked in and had a meeting with the old man.
I think he learned his lesson the first time, as he was dressed down, so to speak, when he was in the Oval Office a couple of months ago with J.D. Vance, the vice president, and Donald Trump. He wore a suit, yeah.
Here is a little back and forth that the White House press pool had with Zelensky earlier today, kind of busting his balls a little bit that he's actually wearing a suit.
President Zelensky, you look fabulous in that suit.
I said the same thing.
Yeah, you look good.
I said the same thing.
Yeah, looks good.
I said to the one that attacked you last time. See, now I remember that.
Yeah, I apologize to you. You look wonderful. No, my first question for you, President Zelensky.
In the same suit. You see, I changed. You are not.
Maybe yours is much better.
So Zelensky flips the script, and he points out that the dude that was ripping him last time for what he was wearing the exact same suit.
What, do you only got one suit in your closet, you clown?
Okay. All right. Fine. You know who's a weirdo, Nige?
I'm looking around this room. I'm
got a lot of options.
Looking in the mirror. Yeah, go ahead. Who's a weirdo?
Former FBI Director Leakin' Lion James Comey. Comey's a weirdo. And I'm not just saying this because I disagree with the way he did his job, which I do, or his philosophy on Donald Trump, the stupid 86-47 thing that he put in the sand. He's a weird dude. And the fact that he led the FBI, it's kind of concerning.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that, he put out some 5-minute rambling, incoherent video talking about how Taylor Swift inspires him to deal with bullies like Donald Trump.
Oh, for God.
Now, I'm going to play you some of this audio here. This is a small part of this 5-minute video of a grown-ass man who needs the help of Taylor Swift to deal with people like Donald Trump.
Of course, I watched her podcast interview with the Kelsey brothers.
Of course.
Of course, I watched the whole thing, although on YouTube, Patrice and I got kicked off for the last 15 minutes and finished it on her phone. But I watched it. I went to my first concert of hers 15 years ago. I'm in a family's Swiftie group chat. I know all her music, and I listen to it in my headphones when I cut the grass.
Yep,
so yes, I have a favorite of hers, although honestly, for me, it's a tie between All Too Well, 10-minute version, and Exile, featuring
It's a former
Bonnie
FBI
Bear.
director.
Of course we need to stand up to jerks and defend what matters. But I think we have to try to do that without becoming like them, which is what makes me think about Taylor Swift. She's made clear that she sees Donald Trump for what he is. And last year, she urged Americans not to make the serious mistake of electing him.
Yeah, good luck.
She said something about dealing with
Good
internet
job.
trolls that stuck with me. Think of your energy as if it's expensive, she said. As if it's like a luxury item. Not everyone can afford it.
You're a grown man that was the head of the FBI, and you need Taylor Swift to help you come up with the courage to deal with your boss? Good God almighty.
Yeah, she encouraged everybody to not vote for Donald. How'd that work out?
Right.
Taylor Swift questionably lost multiple elections for people.
In Tennessee,
in
when
Tennessee.
she hitched her wagon to Blackburn's opponent, that might as well have just been the check mark for Blackburn. Because she won that thing going away afterwards.
Dude, that was creepy. I had not heard that. That is why. Who cares about Comey and his feelings about Taylor Swift? And by the way, my favorite Taylor Swift song is Dear John. So,
are you in a group text about other Taylor Swift songs? Because, you're a grown man in his 40s, too. Is that something grown men do I'm just not aware of?
Comey's got to be in his 50s. And no, even in my 40s, I'm not in Swiftie text groups. No.
This, again, is how I know Donald Trump did not go to pedophile island with Epstein. Think about how much Trump is in Comey's head. His daughter was the prosecutor against Ghislaine Maxwell. If you think for 1 minute Donald Trump was down there on that island doing God knows what with little girls, that would have got out to the old man, because the old man is obsessed with Donald Trump. He's a weirdo. He's clearly obsessed with Taylor Swift, but he's also obsessed with Donald Trump.
You got to remember, Donald Trump humiliated James Comey by firing him. And Comey found out about it on the West Coast, looking up at the ticker at one of the FBI offices.
Right.
I think he had to fly home commercial.
And his daughter, and I can't stress that enough, his daughter was the federal prosecutor. She had access to all of what we believe is the evidence for Epstein Island. If there was just a thought that Donald Trump was down there doing reprehensible things to kids, the daughter would have told the old man, and the old man would have ran to CNN. That's it. That's ball game. But Allison, as a resident Swiftie, let me ask you, is it weird that a dude in his 50s is in a Taylor Swift text thread and needs the help of Taylor Swift to deal with his boss, who, oh, by the way, was the president?
Taylor Swift is for everybody. However, that was creepy.
However, there's a however from the nicest person I've ever met in my life. Allison says, however. There are some spots where you want an alpha in charge. You want an alpha president. You want an alpha middle linebacker on your football team. I want my FBI director to be an alpha, not somebody who needs the lyrics to Love Story to deal with drama at work. What the hell is wrong with this guy? It's a big night.
Kash Patel is a huge Pink fan, I heard.
He's on a few pink text threads to help him deal with the drama of the day. It's a big night downtown. Gamebridge Fieldhouse, the band Bush is having a concert.
Yeah, man.
We established earlier in the show, producer Allison doesn't know hardly any songs about Bush. So we're going to do something totally different. This is Great Moments in George W. Bush history.
Love it.
In honor of the big show tonight. Here is W talking about the lowest points of his presidency.
My approval rating was in the 30s. My nominee for the Supreme Court had just withdrawn. And my vice president had shot someone.
Yeah, that'll get you. Great moments in George W. Bush history.
The guy that Cheney shot apologized to Cheney.
Now that's a power move. When you're talking about your parents or your grandparents, they might not know technology really well.
Sure.
Which brings us to how George W. Bush talked about the internet.
I hear there's rumors on the internets. I have filters on internets.
Got to put the S on there, like a Hoosier would do with Kroger or Meyer. Kroger's, Myers. And last but certainly not least, great moments in Bush history. This. Now, screw Taylor Swift, right? If I'm Comey, I would quote this to give me all the motivation I need.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Damn right. We will not be fooled again. Great moments in Bush history.
Did somebody get that wrong on the teleprompter, or was he going off the cuff there?
Oh, that's off the cuff.
That was totally off the cuff.
And I love how confident he was with the S at the end of internet. You know, there's a lot of information out on the internets. Matt Bear.
Northbound 465 at 865 on the northwest side. That is a crash on the right shoulder, and traffic is jammed back to 79th Street, a 7-minute delay. Southbound 65 slows 21st to the north split, delayed 6 minutes. Eastbound 70 on a 5-minute delay. That's hard to get to the south split. Southbound 65 70 stop and go traffic from the north split down to the south split because of construction, and westbound 70 slowing on the approach to the north split from rural. East side southbound 465, that's stop and go traffic from 70 down to 74. Northbound lane slow before Penn Pike up to East 56th Street. Traffic sponsored by Speedway. Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway. Refresh the vibe with 69 cents large Big Gulp drinks. Speed Rewards app required, valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
I hear there's rumors on the internets. I have filters on internets.
83 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. A fun round of Are You Okay With This next.
Fellas, look, if you're always tired and you're ready to do something about it, you're ready to get your life back, your energy back, but you just don't have the time, now Synergen X along with Low T Center have a great solution. It's new. It's at-home TRT, personalized to you and delivered straight to your door. Getting started is really quick and easy. You just drop into one of their centers for a quick test and get set up on the program. Save even more time with their new mobile app. It's like being at the provider's office without the hassle.
So, guys, if you're always tired and you're not feeling any energy and you're ready to do something about it, get your energy back. Get your life back. How about this? Synergen X and Low T Center. They've got new at-home TRT treatments. Personalized to you, delivered straight to your door, affordable treatment options, always tailored to you. Book right now at fixmylowt.com. Fixmylowt.com.
If you'd like to learn about the structure-function approach to children's healthcare that gets better results with less risk than the disease care model of drugs and pharmaceuticals, then join us for our free holistic integration seminar, Building Healthy Kids from the Inside Out, Wednesday, August 27th at 6:30 p.m. You'll hear from Dr. Robert Prather, host of the Voice of Health Radio.
We had one child was definitely acting up quite a bit. Dad wasn't really for it, said that medicine was the best way to go. After a few hours there, he said, okay, what did you do? This is a different child.
The Holistic Integration Free Seminar, Building Healthy Kids from the Inside Out, Wednesday, August 27th at 6:30 p.m. Those who attend will receive 20% off our hair analysis that children should have every year to prevent heavy metal toxicities. Reserve your seat by calling 317-848-8048 or online at thevoiceofhealthradio.com.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is zero and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577. For service today.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed. From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251.
Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Weekday mornings at 7:15, the Tony Katz Popcorn Moment, brought to you by Boer Remodeling. Don't wait any longer for the kitchen you've been dreaming of. Request a consultation at BoerRemodeling.com.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Pierce Jewelers and Carmel, designers of fine custom jewelry.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah!
It's back. All 32 NFL teams will again this year be forced to stencil a social justice message in their end zones. They must choose from the following options, Hammer. End racism.
Okay.
Stop hate.
All right.
Choose love.
Oh.
Inspire change. And finally, it takes all of us.
It takes all of us. What does that even mean?
Are you okay with this?
Yes, because I want to play the NFL stupid game with them. Okay? Let's just for a moment say that I am okay with this. Do they think putting this on the end zone is going to cure anything? Like, does the NFL believe they will end racism by putting this on the back of the Jacksonville Jaguars end zone? Is there anybody living in an NFL city that was going to say, man, I was a racist piece of trash. I was this close to joining the Klan. But then on Sunday, the Jags and the Colts had end racism in the back of the end zone, and now I have changed my ways. Nigel, I was this close to going downtown with the Indiana Nazis this weekend, but then I saw end racism and stop hate in the end zone, and I thought, what am I doing here? I went to my church then. I joined a black choir. I started singing songs. The NFL has made me change my ways. See how ridiculous that is when you say it out loud? This isn't going to do anything. I wish instead of it takes all of us, they would have had it takes two. Because then we could have at least had an awesome Rob Bass moment. It takes two to make a thing go right.
So out of those 5, which would you choose if you were forced to put that on the back of your helmet or in the end zone?
If I were an NFL owner and I had to put something in my end zone, I would probably say it takes all of us or inspire change.
I like choose love.
Choose love.
Very, very soft, very benign.
And then, are you allowed to have relations in the stands then? I chose love. I didn't come here expecting that, but that end zone just changed my ways.
Okay. Speaking of ESPN, they're canceling Spike Lee's documentary on Colin Kaepernick due to, quote, creative differences. Are you okay with this?
Well, somebody must have saw the end of racism in an end zone and thought maybe we shouldn't have this documentary because that's all this was going to be about. Now, the reason I feel so over the top about this is because Colin Kaepernick had every chance to come back to the NFL. Jay-Z, Roger Goodell, and the league set up a personal tryout for Colin Kaepernick. They thought, okay, maybe he was blackballed for the taking a knee thing. We're going to set up a tryout for him. Nobody gets this. Nobody in the history of the league has ever had a league set them up with a personal tryout. NFL scouts had flown in. And you know what Colin Kaepernick did? He changed the venue last minute, said he didn't want to work out with certain players that were there. He didn't want to play. He'd rather be a martyr than somebody that had an opportunity to get back in the league. Scouts were there. So screw Colin Kaepernick. Look, you want to be a martyr or you want to be a player? You had an opportunity nobody else gets, and you crapped it away. So I'm glad that ESPN has canceled this docuseries. I'm done with Kaepernick, and it always cracks me up. Whenever there's a bad play in the NFL on Sunday, and as Colts fans, we're going to see a lot of them this year, there's always going to be somebody that jumps on social media. Colin Kaepernick is sitting at home, but yet Joe Flacco is starting, or name another bad player. Let's not get it twisted here.
Here's the translation.
Kaepernick hasn't played in a while.
Here's the translation. When you see ESPN cancel Spike Lee's docuseries on Colin Kaepernick, the translation is nobody cares and nobody would watch it.
Right.
Nobody cares about Colin Kaepernick. He's irrelevant.
Right.
And nobody would watch it.
He's had his 5 minutes of fame, and now it's done. That's it. He's American Idol, right?
Yep.
He was the thing for a while. Everybody talked about it. And now, here in Indy, we're talking about Anthony Richardson against Danny Dimes. And, that's pretty depressing, but I would still take both of those guys over Colin Kaepernick. All right, coming up next. If you don't laugh, you'll cry.
Oh, yeah.
Texas Democrats. They have to go back to work. They can't just stay in Chicago with Governor Fat Pig.
Yeah, what have they been doing?
Eating, if they're around the governor. That story's coming up right after we have a look at the news.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
How the weather will roll out. Partly cloudy and 84 degrees on Monument Circle. Lows tonight in the mid to lower 70s. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 5:30. You've got chances for showers and thunderstorms tomorrow morning, but Jason Puma with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis has good news.
After we have our rain chances on Tuesday, really we're not seeing much of a chance for rain really until we get towards early next week.
He says less humidity and cooler air will kick in across the states starting on Wednesday. President Trump met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and European leaders at the White House this afternoon. French President Emmanuel Macron told the U.S. to join in on the security guarantee.
Their own security is clearly at stake in this situation. So you can count on us as we can count on you in order to deliver this robust peace for both Ukraine and Europe.
He says a ceasefire was not needed to get peace in Ukraine. Trump says the security guarantee for Ukraine could be similar to NATO's Article 5, which allows one member to call upon others for its defense. A Tennessee man is accused of sexual assault out of a church. Here's Fox's Kristen Goodwin.
Metro Nashville police say Muhammad is charged with 4 counts of rape, revealing a Nashville Fire Department crew was responding to a separate call when they saw the 39-year-old assaulting an unconscious woman on a sidewalk in front of a church. The victim was taken to the hospital but died soon after. Police say surveillance video shows her by herself walking unsteadily toward the front steps of the church, appearing to be under the influence of some type of substance when Muhammad approached her. Officials identifying the victim as a 34-year-old woman they believe was homeless, not releasing her name. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
And gas prices across the state have gone up by over 6 cents per gallon over the past week. The average price for gas today is $3.19 a gallon, says AAA. It's also 6 cents above the national average, but it's the same price as it is from last month. With traffic now, here's Matt Bear.
Southbound 6570 at East, that's a crash on the right shoulder, stopping us to the north split at a delay of 3 minutes. Westbound 70 also slows after rural into the north split. Inbound 65 delayed 6 minutes, 29th at 2 Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70 delayed 5 minutes from Harding into the south split. Northwest side crash, northbound 465 at I-865. Right lane closed, traffic stop to 79 delayed 16 minutes. Inbound 69 looking pretty good until you hit 82nd Street, and then you slow down until Binford. Northbound 465 on the east side, stop and go after 70 up to Penn Pike, and southbound 465 slows after Penn Pike past I-70. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned. B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door. Trust local. Trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We'll track additional scattered shower and thunderstorm development late Monday night into early Tuesday morning with the best chance for activity along and north of Interstate 70. Isolated stronger wind gusts cannot be ruled out as lows fall into the lower 70s. Then more scattered showers and storms are possible Tuesday afternoon and evening with potential for an isolated strong to severe wind gust threat. Highs in the upper 80s on Tuesday, but feels like temperatures will be closer to the triple digits at times. Wednesday, a little bit cooler with highs in the mid 80s with a small rain chance. I'm Wish TV Star Trek 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
So Texas wants to redistrict halfway into a 10-year census just because of all the influx of the past 4 years of illegal immigrants. And so the moving forward with it. The legislature is moving forward with it, but the Democrats got out of there so they didn't have to vote on it, right?
Right. Took their ball and went home.
They went to Chicago.
Right. Let that sink in for a moment. Because they're upset about gerrymandering, they went to the state of Illinois.
Which is the most gerrymandered state
right
in existence. And Pritzker, the governor, will tell you that. He said that on Colbert.
Right. When he wasn't out of breath. See, that's funny because he's grossly obese.
Taking deep breaths.
Fat pig. But you can tell the Dems are a little desperate now because they brought out the only gun they've got in the chamber, so to speak, to fire up the base, former President Barack Obama.
Uh-oh.
And I don't even know if Obama gives a damn about this cause or not, because he spoke to these Texas Democrats via Zoom. Now, mind you, they escaped to Illinois, which is his home state. It would have been probably pretty easy for him to find a place to stay, fly in privately, do a little speech, kiss a few butts, cash a big check, and go home. No, he spoke to them via Zoom.
What we all recognize is we can't let a systematic assault on democracy just happen and stand by. And so because of your actions, because of your courage, what you've seen is California responding, other states looking at what they can do to offset this mid-decade gerrymandering that is highly irregular and is not...
Okay, you can stop it right there. I'm not trying to get a gerrymandering speech from somebody from Illinois.
If I'm a Democrat, I'm invigorated. I am just...
You ready to run through a wall, Nige?
I am ready to do whatever it takes.
Nothing fires up the base like a pre-recorded message from somebody that didn't even want to be there in person.
On Martha's Vineyard.
Right. Yeah, gerrymandering, it sucks.
I'm going to go out to the beach here for a little while because the ocean levels are rising, and I want to enjoy the beach before my $15 million mansion gets overwhelmed by the ocean.
Global warming. It's going to kill you in a billion years.
Yeah, but gerrymandering, good luck, guys. Good luck.
Obama out. He signs off. Such a joke. The television network MSNBC has announced it's changing its name to MSNOW, standing for My Source, News, Opinion, and World. MS Now, okay? So there was this big media conglomerate deal.
That ought to do it.
And the company Versant is now rebranding MSNBC as MS Now. And again, it's supposed to stand for My Source, News, Opinion, and World. Is that going to fix anything? Is that going to polish the turd over there?
It's going to make a huge difference.
In addition to MS Now, USA Network and Golf Channel will merge into a new USA Sports brand, and CNBC will change its logo but retain its name. Now, let's go back to MS Now for a minute. Have you seen the logo change for this?
No.
So it's supposed to be a flag with like a stick hanging off, and that's supposed to be like the M, but it looks like it says PMS Now. Like the flag.
Shut up. Hold on.
Look at the new logo for MS Now, and the stick of the flag makes it look like it's PMS Now. Do you see it?
Yeah.
It's so on brand for these idiots.
Yeah, well, it's a spinoff, right? NBC's not going to keep its name attached to something it didn't own.
Right.
MSNBC got spun off.
But you paid somebody in an ad agency six figures for PMS Now?
I like MSN with the MSDNC. Is that what
Trump calls them? Yes.
But PMS Now is even better, I think.
Even better. Just always bitching, always moaning, PMS Now. So what we're going to do on this program, which is customary when somebody goes away, we have a very emotional Sarah McLachlan-style tribute for MSNBC.
We've got some significant breaking news tonight. Again, tonight we are breaking news. Donald Trump's tax returns. What we have are these 2 pages.
The feeling most people get when they hear a Barack Obama speech, I felt this thrill going up my leg.
Oh.
This time next year, I might not be sitting here. I might not be a White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Oh, no.
Stop the hammering.
Yes.
The virus stops with every vaccinated person.
The woman talking in my ear was talking about the Labor Day special repeatedly. Stop the hammering.
Farewell, MSNBC. Hello, PMS Now. Nige, where does Denzel Washington rank on your list of must-see actors? I know you're a Tom Cruise guy, but is Denzel on that list?
He's up there. He's top 5 for sure. No question. I think he's in his late 60s, early 70s now, but he's still, the Equalizer. Holy crap.
What's your go-to Denzel movie?
Training Day. Or American Gangster with Russell Crowe. Either one of those two.
I'm a Remember the Titans guy.
Or Crimson Tide. Remember the Titans, a football movie. Crimson Tide with him and Gene Hackman, the submarine movie.
Right. Denzel Washington, in an interview, said he isn't concerned with getting canceled because he doesn't believe it can happen. He explained his take when he asked if somebody would ever try to cancel him for saying something.
Yeah, right.
Being quote-unquote canceled.
What does that mean?
It means you lose public support.
Who cares? What made public support so important to begin with? I don't care who's following. You can't lead and follow at the same time, and you can't follow and lead at the same time. I don't follow anybody. Forget being followed. You can't be canceled if you haven't signed up. Don't sign up.
Sounds like something he would say in training day, honestly.
Can't be canceled if you don't sign up.
Right.
That's great. Yeah,
Right.
I've heard there were some things being attributed to Denzel Washington on social media that he didn't actually say. There's been stuff going around for years.
Wait, when did lies start happening on the internet? When did that start? Like, I love the meme that says, you can't believe everything you see on the internet, Abraham Lincoln. And it's a picture of Lincoln. I don't want to be part of an internet if there's lies. Over the weekend, 16 countries competed in the World Humanoid Robot Games. Took place in China. It's basically where humans designed robots to compete in various sports like soccer, kickboxing, and like track and field
How'd
events.
that go?
It was actually horrifying because I'm looking into the future and this is how we're going to be murdered. Like, now, a lot of these robots were falling down. Some of them were slow and clunky, and they looked embarrassing.
A lot of the robots were falling down.
Some of them looked slow and clunky, like I could escape that. But, man, some of these robots look like they could be ready to end you right now. Like, I am fearful that here in about 2 years, I'm saying under 2 years, this program and other shows like ours, we're going to start having segments about people killed by robots, and I bet 90% of those stories involve sex. People will try to have sex with these robots, and the robots will kill them in one way or the other.
On a serious note, though, go to Boston Dynamics. Have you seen those videos from Boston Dynamics where it's like it's the robots, but they are just... It looks like something from the future.
Right.
And then I think, where was it? In Singapore, somewhere during COVID, they had dogs, like robot dogs running around, like separating people, making sure people were 6 feet away.
Those dogs were meaner than hell, robot dogs.
Yeah, they were robot dogs.
Like,
it's no joke, man.
That thing will just gnaw your crank right off. Like, you try to escape from a robot dog, it will gnaw your crank right off. The future's terrifying, but you know what? We created the fear. We had to get cute with AI, we had to build robots, and now we got crank-biting dogs and robots that are going to kill us when they're banging us. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
When it comes to retirement, it's not just what you've saved, it's what you keep that matters. Howard Bailey Financial invites you to join our free educational event featuring nationally recognized IRA expert and CPA Ed Slott, where he will focus on strategies to help reduce unnecessary taxes, avoid common mistakes, and plan smarter for the years ahead. This event is ideal for anyone in or nearing retirement who wants to make the most of what they've saved. Reserve your spot at the Forum in Fishers on Thursday, September 11th by calling or texting ED to 888-262-1104. Space is limited, so reserve your spot today by calling or texting ED to 888-262-1104. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Well, summer's still hot, and so are the deals at Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now, get 0% for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Aviator and Nautilus, or 0.9% for 72 months on 2025 Grand Touring Corsair. Or how about a $50,000 Lincoln Corsair from just $499 per month? So come get one of those hot summer deals at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
MSRP $52.20, 36-month term, $2,500 due at signing, $499 a month, 10,500 miles per year. Good through 8/31/25.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Join the Home and Garden Show live this Saturday at NatureSpire, Carmel's only plant boutique. Plants, moss art, and more. Register to win the Classic Pumpkin Package giveaway. 421 South Range Line.
Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway. Refresh the vibe with 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks. Speedy Rewards app required. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms.
You know the face, now hear the stories. Actor Nick Searcy from Justified and Castaway joins Tony Katz for one night only, August 23rd, to talk about how Hollywood and Washington, D.C. led him to the heartland. Tickets at WIBC.com. Presented in part by Premier Arms.
All right, Matt Bear, what's going on?
Look at a southbound 6570 crash at east on the right shoulder. Stop to the north split. Continuing on southbound 65 between the south split and Raymond. That is a crash blocking the left lane, backing us up to the south split. And this is also added to traffic on eastbound 70. Stop and go after Hardy getting to the south split. Inbound 65 slows from 21st to Meridian Penn. East side southbound 465 jammed from 70 down to Washington Street. At northwest side crash northbound 465 865 right shoulder. Slow to 79th. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door. Trust a local, trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
85 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, and we got a little booze news.
You set them up and I'll knock them back, Lloyd. One by one.
We are gonna read booze news, cause it's really fun.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good.
Hammer and Nigel presents
Booze News, Booze News. Yeah. Time for Booze News. There's actually something kind of sad about this. A teacher got a DUI on the second day of school, okay? But it wasn't like he got out of school and went to the bar and partied with his buddies and went home and got pulled over on the way. A middle school teacher got drunk in between classes in his car, crashed the car into a fence. Police thought there was a medical issue, but then saw like a bunch of little minis.
Oh, no.
Little like alcohol minis like strewn about the car. And the cops posted about it on Facebook. Several people left comments saying that they were stunned and shocked because this guy was an excellent teacher. But
what kind of stress do you have on the second day of school that warrants having to go to your car and shoot minis?
Yeah, I mean, that's the disease. That's the thing. I mean, that's what maybe he needs to listen to Matt Bear's podcast, for God's sake. God bless him. I mean, he is in his car in between classes slamming alcohol mini bottles, and I don't know why he's starting his car.
That's a great question.
Maybe to turn on the air conditioner because it's in Florida, but he at some point passes out, puts the car in drive, crashes into a fence, and then you do read. And I got on this guy's Facebook, or I got on the high school's Facebook, and said, I can't believe this guy has a problem. So this is the real kind of thing. This is like Leaving Las Vegas type style, like Nicolas Cage, like shaking, crawling to the refrigerator, pouring orange juice, shaking into the vodka bottle. This is what this is.
Yeah, the second day of school. If you can't
day of school.
escape that, good Lord. Does this interest you at all? Netflix is putting out this big Charlie Sheen documentary. It's a two-parter coming out in September. Now, there's a guy that's gone through some demons in his day.
Yeah.
Here's the first trailer for this two-part Charlie Sheen documentary.
I lit the fuse, and my life turns into everything it wasn't supposed to be. There's only one person alive that has the answers to so many people's questions about me. And the whole world goes, he's the guy. Imagine what that did to my head.
He was the highest paid TV star of all time.
Everything was fine for a while. Nobody got hurt, nobody got arrested for a while.
He kept saying, no, I'm in the hospital now, but next week I'll be ready for the show.
When Charlie said that he was smoking 7-gram rocks, he was smoking 7-gram rocks.
Winning! I can't imagine being my dad. It have really hurt the people I love. The stuff that I plan on sharing, I had made a sacred vow to only reveal
so this
to
is
a
coming out in
therapist.
September. It's a two-parter about the rise, the fall, the chaos of Charlie Sheen, Nige.
I think he's irrelevant now. Nobody cares about Charlie Sheen, but I'd probably still watch it.
I think I'll watch it.
I think it's interesting.
We got a big meeting at the White House. Updates coming up next.
Hey guys, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct. Look, we've all been feeling the heat, and that's why this is the perfect time to make that call to Universal Windows Direct so they can help you stay cool in your home throughout the rest of the summer and warm in your home all winter long. And this is the perfect time to call because what an incredible deal going on with Universal Windows Direct. Right now, for every 2 windows you buy, you're going to get the next 2 free. There's no limit. Got 8 windows that need replacing? You only pay for 4. It's that simple. And here's the part I really love. You'll get no interest for 5 whole years. That's right, 60 months of 0 interest financing, which makes upgrading your home not just smart, but affordable too. Now, some restrictions may apply, so to get all the information and most importantly, schedule a totally free, no hassle, no obligation in-home estimate, call Universal Windows Direct today, 317-659-7574, 317-659-7574. Check them out on the web, universalwindowsdirect.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
Why do so many foundation, basement, and crawl space companies ask for half your money up front? Could it be because that's easier to get than earning all your trust? At the Michaelis Corporation, they believe trust is earned, not demanded. That's why they do things differently. They start with a free inspection, no strings attached, to give you an honest assessment of what your home needs. No pressure, no surprises. When it's time for the work, they don't ask for a deposit or any upfront payment. Not a single dollar until the job is complete and you're 100% satisfied. That's how they've been earning trust for over 39 years. Whether it's sagging floors, moisture control, concrete repair, or a full crawl space encapsulation, you can count on Michaelis for repairs that last. Don't trust just anyone with your home. Choose the company that puts your trust first. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY today. That's 844-FIXED-INDY. The Michaelis Corporation, building trust beneath your feet.
You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZQL Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this, Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Potential cannot be measured, and it can't be taken away from you either.
You never know how strong you are, how capable, and how amazing you really are until you face a challenge. Our Franciscan Health orthopedic teams guide the steps you take to overcome life's hurdles. Be ready for the high fives, the constant encouragement and care plans designed for only you that help you realize your extraordinary potential. Learn more at franciscanhealth.org/orthocare.
In the construction business, you're only as good as your tools. That's why Quality Supply and Tool offers DeWalt products, like the 20-volt Max XR cordless 3-speed half-inch hammer drill. Buy one and get a 5-amp-hour battery free. That's a $100 value. Or buy two DeWalt 60-volt Max FlexVolt 12-amp-hour batteries and get one free. Only at Quality Supply and Tool and only while supplies last, or September 26th. With locations in West Lafayette, Bloomington, Jeffersonville, and Indianapolis, Quality Supply and Tool thinks outside the box. Store.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Alex Brown. In a move solar proponents are calling a devastating blow, the Environmental Protection Agency abruptly announced this month it is cutting off nearly $130 million in federal funding for solar projects in Indiana. Allison Becker is program director within the Indiana Community Action Association.
It's really frustrating and it's disheartening for groups who have been working on this literally for years, even before this grant. And I think what is most disappointing is we've seen a ton of news stories recently about the high cost of electric bills, how homeowners are struggling to afford that.
The money is Indiana's share of the $7 billion Solar for All initiative that was designated for low-income communities to install solar panels. The Carroll County Economic Development Corporation has appointed James Wells as its new CEO and executive director. Wells most recently served as a real estate allocation analyst with the Indiana Housing and Community Development Authority. The 145-year-old Traders Point Covered Bridge in Indianapolis, the Emily Kimbrough Historic District in Muncie, and Kiwanis Field in LaPorte are listed for the first time on Indiana Landmarks' annual compilation of the state's 10 most endangered landmarks. You can view the full list at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress, from the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the